Anyways, hello everybody. Good evening and welcome. Another. I'm missing. I don't worry about my headset tonight. And we are there again. Now you interrupted my introduction.
I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry. Please, don't make any phone calls.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Just Enough Heshy show. And tonight is going to be a very cool night. It's a cold night, but Neil, I would like to introduce. Of course, I have to do that. Neil, my voice of reason. And conscious. We have a lot of things that we have to talk about.
Yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
I did mention to you about your car problem. We might bring that up again tonight.
Yeah,
I know you got angry at me when you found out.
Wow.
We have Esty.
Yeah,
Esty,
Beautiful Esty.
And I beautiful. But you know what? You forgot to bring up. Well, tell me something that you're going to bring up about it that we start every night with.
With Esty?
The rose, the black
flower.
one, the flower.
Yeah.
The flower.
Yeah. Got one in every
cool.
color.
I'm very proud of you. You switch colors again.
Yeah, I bring summer all year long.
Slip out of that, by the way, when the time comes.
Anyways,
one day she's going to get up and say,
we have,
I don't feel like a flower today.
Never.
Neil, I got to finish introducing everybody.
Oh, my apologies.
Okay, no problem. Gary, our resident, now he's ready. Resident, it's the second time.
Political
consultant,
yeah.
And we have a lot to talk about him. I heard you already getting angry with him, trying to trick him.
No, he thought I was getting upset. He doesn't realize I don't get upset.
You don't. And tonight we have a very special guest, a friend of mine. She's sitting in the corner right now, but I have use for her. I have big use for her. I have big use for her tonight. We're going to. Now you have to talk into the mic. Come over here. Hello.
Move your chair.
See how women are. You have to like. I'm sorry. Anyways, she's going to be our resident. I have a very special portion of the show that will teach you people something that I'm trying to teach you for the last couple of months. You're gonna like it, and then you'll understand. Anyways, Neil, I would like to start with my quote of the night. Can I do that?
I'm not sure because I'm thinking about like what you just said. Must be one of these goody two shoes.
No, it's not. I want to give you something very good. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Leah, I dropped my yarmulke. I want you to hear my quote tonight. I want you to comment on it. The quote is simple. Live the day. I've realized that although that this might be our last day, it can be a day of expressing love across the world. It doesn't have to only be between lovers, but by telling a friend that you care, or even an old person that they are still appreciated. Love your children, love your parents, love your friends, and yes, here we go, Neil's going to comment. Yes, try to love your enemies. Maybe we can change the world with love.
Yeah, and it all starts great, but it all starts love yourself first.
I agree. Very good.
That is the key.
Very good.
Otherwise, you cannot love someone else if you don't love yourself.
Wow, Neil, are you switching to my side, not being hateful anymore?
No, you know how to do the hateful thing very well. You don't need any assistance, any guidance.
No.
And if I can tell people that you're the author of the book on how to deal with people,
we will. So, Neil,
they think the Arabs have patience. You know, you're a man who has a lot of patience.
I do have
when it's needed, and that's the way it is.
By the way, Esty, we're gonna turn the show over to you right now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
when he wants to make money,
I want to make money. You got to talk about money, and then we also got to tell the people where they're calling. I'm not sure where they're calling.
Oh, so yeah, this is the Just Enough Heshy show. You can reach us at Just Enough Heshy on Facebook, #Just Enough Heshy.
Oh, I forgot the hashtag. I forgot to pull my hat. Oh, I know how to do the hashtag. I'm sorry, I can't interrupt you. I apologize. I'm not allowed to interrupt you.
The Just Enough Heshy at gmail.com. And you can, if you would like to advertise with us, the best way to reach us would be at justenoughheshy at gmail. And if you'd like to call in tonight, you can reach us at 718-303-9090. Okay, Heshy?
That's it. Who's paying for the show?
Oh, you want us to first do advertisements?
I always want you to do advertisements.
I feel like we should like hook them up first, you know, and be like get into the show.
Go.
Okay, fine. We have the Black Label e-cigarettes.
Okay.
That's Mikey's place.
Yes. You can get them at blpremiumesig.com, or you can call Mikey at 561-239-5941. We have Le Buffet.
A free hot dog, whoever calls it and spells premium, right?
Not a free hot dog.
A pizza, okay.
A pizza.
A slice of pizza.
Hot dog is more expensive, by the way.
Okay, go for the pizza.
Go ahead. Which pizza shop? Fast.
On the corner on 54th and 16th.
No. I love Amnons. Come on, we know Amnon since we're kids.
That's right.
Amnons?
1980s.
19,
Yes.
We were there in the 1970s.
Yeah.
I went to Omnum's in the
I remember
70s.
as a kid going
Right.
down.
Yeah. I was able to get two slices of pizza,
A drink,
a drink,
and you got change.
and I think I got a fries too.
35 cents.
35, right.
When he went up to 75, I was like, I'm done. How could you do this? He goes, flour costs more.
Right,
Now it's like
no, he told
$2.
me cheese, that lying
No, he
dog.
told me the flour.
Don't worry.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt you, ST.
I really think
Neil,
it-
you
Very
can't
good at it.
interrupt ST.
I know.
Abel's
I
screaming, the
know.
producer's
Everybody's screaming at me, and
Right.
that's why I'm trying to be very mellow now
Yeah.
and not get excited. Because everyone has something negative to say to me
No,
tonight.
not tonight. Norman's
And,
not going to say nothing back.
No, not
please.
Norman. Norman's a good
Norman,
man.
Norman
God
knocks
bless
you
him, and
once in a
that's
while.
it.
Yeah.
You
ST,
know,
go
and,
ahead, ST. What do you got for us?
Yeah, we have Le Buffet located on 55th and 17th Avenue. They do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and they do catering. You can reach them at 718-438-7612. We have Gotham One
what was
Solutions.
that? Le Buffet.
Le Buffet.
Le Buffet.
Say it correctly. They texted me yesterday 20 times. Le Buffet.
They texted you? How did they text you different?
With the dot on the top. On the dot. Le. You have to understand. Le.
You get the dot on your thing?
Not on the thing. On the top of the E.
Of the letter, right?
That means le.
I
I don't know French. I know
know.
Hungarian. By the way, Leah, say hello again.
Hello.
Leah,
Servus.
I want you, right. Leah will be my in-house expert Hungarian
Person.
person. So I want you to know I have official translator to the people.
So yes,
Okay.
Oh, I'm
That
sorry.
sounds
I interrupted
good.
her. Where's Le Buffet?
located on 55th and 17th Avenue.
Okay, that's good, Neil.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
have Gotham One Solutions, asbestos and lead abatement. You can reach Joel at 917-577-2867.
No,
2867.
I know what we're
Are
going
you
to do.
sad? We hear
No.
a tone in your
No,
voice.
it's okay. I understand that you guys can't help but interrupt. It's part of who you are.
We're not
Uh,
but why did we interrupt? Why didn't you? How did we? Are we being screamed that they were torturing you? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you interrupted me just 3 times and counting.
Neil
Oh, and
interrupted.
counting?
Counting.
And counting?
Yes, I'm
no
going to
more
hold you up to that
interruptions.
standard. I'm going to count every time you
No,
No,
interrupt.
I read an article about a couple that they were counting how many times the father feeds the baby, how many times this one
No.
changes the diaper,
Wow.
and this and that. And the wife was saying, she's getting a little sick of this crap, keeping a list and who does what and all of that. Yeah.
I don't know. That's
So,
the
yeah?
new thing
Yeah,
today.
I'm telling you, everything equal.
Right,
They don't
schedule.
they don't understand that if you're gonna ask me to fix your car
Right.
and you can fix it, don't ask
I
me to
agree.
do it.
I agree.
You
ST,
know?
go ahead.
the
That was four.
Remember
times.
the old diapers?
No, you know what? I'm not advertising
I
for you.
hated the old diapers with the
cloth with the
the
pins.
cloth with the pins.
And then you had the safety pin kind.
yeah,
You
yeah.
had the
You
two
know,
kinds.
I just missed it with
Probably
my
your
boys.
parents didn't get you safety
No,
pins.
my
Nah,
mother just
stick
gave me a
himself.
piece of paper and said, "You happy,
Stick
right?"
it.
Not even a page.
No,
just
like a
open. I
one
was
head,
like,
a one thing pin. You have to hurt yourself on it.
Oh God, yes. Okay, Steve.
Nope, next last one I'm
We
not
should
doing.
advertise for diapers,
Yeah.
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
gonna wash?
So wait, you did Le Buffet. You did Joel.
I'm just not doing yours.
Green Line Building Solutions. We are wonderful. 718-871-0382.
Expediting service,
Expediting violations, permits,
architecture.
settlements. We help people today. I help people with settlements, getting a discount on their fees, and they were able to save money and do a closing. Help somebody wipe out a violation by actually
Just
showing you
looking to help.
help.
Just looking to help.
718-871-0382. And I want to shout out to my friend Ellie again, wonderful guy with the Palm Gardens adult medical daycare. I like it.
I love it.
I love it.
I love
and
it.
You were making fun of the place to me
Can we
last night.
play
I saw the place.
pinball over there? or
Yeah,
something?
whatever it is, but you can call Ellie
Excuse
Town.
me. Last
Let me
night
say
I
the
was
number.
making fun of the
It's a
place.
senior place. They have a bunch of activities and stuff.
Right.
Ask questions. Just call up 917-903-5375. 917-903-5375. Call them.
No,
senior
I
citizen.
just wanted to know because he said it was a Hamish place. I didn't know what Hamish is.
Means beach.
Maybe in Hungarian. What is
There's no word. Is there a
Hamish?
Hungarian word, Hamish?
What does it mean?
Hamish.
You know, on the radio, they can't see you shaking your head. You actually have to talk into the mic.
I say it the same way, Hamish.
Okay, very good. So, Neil,
Is
I
he
want.
on YouTube?
Wow, oh, she does know that. Oh, we're streaming on YouTube live, so we do see you on the TV. Welcome again. Whatever. I didn't brush my hair today. Neil,
You
I want to
still
ask you a
have
question
hair.
before
It's
we start
nice.
with Gary. Okay,
Salt and
about
pepper.
so
You like
yeah,
a mature
I'm gonna have
kind
to
of
color it
guy.
again. Listen to me. I want to ask you a question, Gary.
You're like
Okay.
the elder statesman.
Why don't you want to listen to us?
I'm
Okay,
listening.
Gary. One question before Neil takes over the show.
I'm not taking over.
I am upset that
We can have a whole category. I'm upset because. Okay,
Okay.
number one. Number two.
This is a question.
97,
A
98.
judge, a guy who runs for city councilman, assemblyman, he gets 2 years, 4 years, he runs again. Sooner or later, he can lose, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, even though Eichen and Greenfeld seem never to lose, but they
The
should.
incumbency rate is like
But
98%.
Forget about it, but in theory, they could be voted out and we can get rid of them if we actually try to make a change in the city if we want to, correct?
Absolutely no.
No, you could.
I'm
If
telling
I
you
want to
no.
vote for somebody else, I can.
You can vote for somebody else, but the incumbency rate is 98%. in this
So,
city.
so you're saying that they're cheating, but that's not the point
No,
of
in other
cheating.
words, you're saying that, you could fly without wings.
Right.
And he's telling you, no, you can't fly without
But that's
the
what
wings.
Operation Clean Sweep is
Oh,
all
but
about.
you'll say, look, I could, but I'll just break my head.
But Operation
He's telling
Clean.
you you're not going to succeed.
One minute,
You
you're telling
can't
me that-
succeed
you're
without the backing of certain
Hello,
people.
you're telling me Operation Clean Sweep has no chance possible to succeed.
No,
I would think
He's
it's
not
like
saying
a
that.
1 in a million chance.
unless you have a lot of money.
Unless
Well-
you have an awful lot of money. But
Hundreds of
even
millions.
then, you got to realize in New York now, people under indictment get reelected.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyways, Gary,
what a country, huh?
I didn't get to my question.
Isn't that a great country?
I didn't get to my
You
question.
can be under indictment and still be an official
Right.
Yeah.
and run again and
Right.
again.
America the Great.
America, the
Anyway,
great. You're,
wait a minute.
you're really innocent
Woman,
until proven
hello,
guilty, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy.
Yeah.
Or guilty until
Say-
proven innocent.
Listen,
recently.
that works for
No,
parents.
wait,
I think, and children.
And cops.
Hello, Esther. There's a guy by the name of Esteban Duran. He works for Speaker Melissa Marx Vilvero and is a former rival of Vito Lopez. And he was arrested for what was he doing over there? He was beating somebody up or something?
I think he hurt his child, but that's only
Right. Oh, I
that's
forgot.
that's an
He beat his
allegation.
kid. He
That's
beat
an
his
allegation.
kid up and
That's
I
an
think abused his
allegation.
wife.
Okay.
So, anyways, he's working for the speaker, whatever, over there. So,
The city
Right.
council speaker.
Right.
I'm just saying, so you can be indicted, you can be arrested, you can't have a record.
I don't know. When they talk about these home stories, you got to know, is there a divorce involved? Is there this or that? Because, there are a lot of made up things.
So,
also
anyways, here
in,
comes my question to you. Ready?
This kind of situation.
I told you that everybody runs every 4 years. Now, a judge runs for judge and he gets 10 years, correct?
12.
12, whatever it is. The point being is he also has to run through elections. Now, these judges get picked to be on the Supreme Court by their fellow judges. Or
No.
No.
whatever, some
No,
organization.
it's not right.
one minute.
No.
Let him tell us.
It's complicated.
But forget,
No,
stop.
we
Doesn't
don't
make
want complicated.
Stop. I'm going to let him explain it. You didn't get to my question. Whoever these group or whatever people choose, the next level judges get voted in for life.
No,
Supreme Court judges?
they have a term also.
How long?
12 years.
No, the one that the president picks is for life.
What you're talking about?
No,
State judges?
federal judges
Federal.
Yes,
get voted in for life.
that's true.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. We have federal judges out of here as
No,
well.
they're voted in or appointed.
Appointed for life.
Not voted. It's not up to the
No,
people.
it is, but it's appointed by who? Not by the president.
By the
By
president.
the president of the United States with the
Approval of
with the
Congress.
recommendation of the local senators.
Okay, but
No,
if the
no,
local
that's-
senators doesn't give it, he's still going to
But
be
there,
the judge.
but there are thousands of federal judges across the United States.
Yeah.
Thousands. The
President-
president doesn't choose them all.
Every one of them.
Everyone.
Really.
But only
Okay,
the president
But
right
these
then.
guys become federal judges for life.
Yes.
Yes.
So they get appointed to be judge, say, finally at 55 years old. They stay to be a judge till 85, 90.
Yeah.
No retirement,
Oh, there's no
forcible age.
forced retirement.
And it gets better yet. Not only not forced retirement rate, they get to get paid and collected while other people are bypassed that could do the position that know all the modern times and technology. So why isn't a judge, first of all, even if he's appointed to federal, and I'm talking even to the Master Supreme Court, the Court of the High Holy Land, that they should also have a term limit. We should always continue.
What's wrong with Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
What do you mean, what?
You know,
Forget
she wants to
sleeping.
sleep during the president's
But
speech.
my point is,
It's fine with me.
you know why the system runs so slow? Because the judges, this is my point, and then you can talk. The judge is appointed for life. So he says to himself like this: here's my court case. Very complicated. I want to hear all sides. I want to think about it. I want to rule on it. Then I want to come back for another hearing, maybe, and it goes through the system.
So what are you saying?
That
What's
if
your
you-
point?
that
What's the question?
The history
Yeah.
of these Supreme Court judges, they want a legacy. If you tell them, listen, you got only 10 years or 12 years, you're out. I don't care. You're the highest court of the land. You can oversee and supersede and vacate any decision all the way down to the minor courts. You got 10 years. So if you want to do one case in 10 years, that's fine. You want to do 100 cases, system will move quicker. By putting these judges in lifetime positions, we're screwing ourselves. And why don't we change this law?
Why? At least they don't have to fake it so that they can get reelected.
Why? There's always qualified new people coming up in the ranks.
No. There's two reasons. First, it is you want to have a mix of judges. You want judges who represent the Obama, the Bush people. You want
I want the judges to represent the people.
Well, this is the way the federal court works.
But it's wrong.
And also,
It's wrong.
No, it isn't wrong because
Yep.
there's a lot of serious people.
Am I right or wrong?
Let me
No,
finish my statement about
technically, you're right, but that's not what happens.
He can shut up.
That's
I'm
not.
gonna
Oh,
keep going.
again, you closed my
Yeah,
mic also?
Well, Gary was
Okay,
talking.
don't screw yourself.
Let
We're
me
gonna walk out. Go ahead, go run the show.
Let me say one thing. These judges are very professional on the federal level, and they deal with very serious cases.
Yeah, I think that's what.
Okay.
Mafia
I think
cases,
that's why.
terrorism
And let
cases.
me ask you a question. How complicated is a mafia case that has to run for 4 years?
You have no idea.
Really? So a regular guy who walks down the street and pushes his friend and says, hey, I want money out of you. And now the mafia does the same thing in a sense. They can go for 4 years, and this poor guy gets arrested, convicted, serves his time all in the next 9 months.
These are very complicated terrorism trials, and
Terrorism, I got that. That's not on their level. I'm talking local.
yes, it is their level.
No, the
No,
city.
now you're mixing it up. You're talking about state judges
I
now.
don't
or
talk about
federal?
federal judges have a lot of white collar crime cases.
Yes,
More than terrorists. What do you got? 10, 20 terrorist cases, 100 terrorist
I
cases?
think there's a little more
You
than
have
that.
tens of thousands of cases in the court system from state to federal level that are moving inch by inch, torture by torture.
Right.
5 years to, you have people sitting in.
What are you talking about? You know, all these patent lawsuits and stuff take 10, 15 years until someone
Unacceptable.
decides.
Yeah.
The lawyers make hundreds of millions of dollars off of
So,
it.
and you know, but
Hundreds
you
of
know whose
millions.
fault it is, right? The boss. And who's the boss? Who's the boss of the courtroom?
We're the boss.
No, the judge.
We're
And the
the
judge
boss.
doesn't know. And all these judges play the same stupid game.
Could I talk about what it takes for court reform? There is going to be court reform on the grand jury system in the state level in New York. After the Gardner case, there's a lot of pressure. There were riots. There were marches. There weren't riots.
Right,
there
to
were
trick,
marches.
to trick the people to convict
And
everybody.
they, no.
Unacceptable.
There was no grand jury meeting on that case. The Staten Island grand jury did not indict. Okay.
And they were right not to indict.
What the federal?
Hello, they were right not to
Okay.
indict.
Okay.
Am I correct?
Let me
Who?
answer the
guy
question.
with the breathing?
Yeah, the choking guy.
No.
And
No,
I
they were
agree
wrong.
that they
They were
shouldn't
very
have.
wrong.
No,
They should have
you're
indicted.
wrong. They shouldn't have
They were
indicted.
animals.
You know, of course they were
They
animals.
behaved like
Excuse me,
animals.
excuse me, but you know why the grand jury didn't
We'll
indict?
get back to Gary in a second.
Okay, but why
good
didn't the
God.
grand jury didn't indict? Because the grand jury was tricked by the prosecutors and the judges who told them, listen, if you don't listen and vote this way, you're out
Okay,
anyways.
this goes
That's what
back.
happened
this-
with how many on the grand jury? 30?
30, they're tricked.
So
They're
you
convicted.
could trick
You're
30 people?
You know what it is that over and over again, these people are coming out with convictions when people don't even
Okay.
have evidence on them.
I have something.
These grand juries are manipulated.
Okay, let
I have
Gary
something
go.
very important to add
Yeah.
to this. Today, the chief judge, Judge Littman, came out with a proposal to reform the grand jury system. What he's talking about anytime there's
Never
a,
gonna happen.
he's the chief. Okay, what they're talking about now is that when there's a grand jury of a cop shooting, a judge is in charge of the grand jury, not the DA. Okay, and they're also talking about more transparency. Everything that goes in these kind of grand juries will be released to the public, which now they're not. So that's going to be a major
Excuse me.
But I'm saying it took
Excuse me.
no.
I have to shout over. I have a question for you. What do you mean not released? What do you mean released? It's not supposed to be released to the public.
He wants to change the law.
But that's illegal.
No, it isn't. If
My
he changed the law,
privacy, I didn't do nothing wrong, and you're releasing it to the public?
he will change
No,
the
and
law.
the
Because
grand
he's the
jury
boss.
people won't want it either.
Right.
They don't want the world to know that they're a bunch of idiots and don't know how
Right,
to vote.
I don't understand. But so this judge is going to use his power without going to the citizens, and he's going to change.
No,
the
it
law.
has to go through the Assembly and the State Senate.
And what about us, the people?
You have a choice. You have a voice.
A voice to
So
vote
you
some losers.
representative. Because
Which
you
who
have
won't
a
listen to us anyways.
representative.
He won't listen to us anyways.
That's a major change, and it took the death of Gardner and the video of Gardner to change this up, to change the grand jury system.
Right, because the guy, what's his name, who you said did it?
Judge Littman.
Judge Lee. He's been around a while. He's been
He's Shelley
trying to make-
Silver's judge, yeah.
Yeah, but he's been trying to make little changes here, and he's very powerful, and he really gets his way. Whatever.
You like
know.
Judge Littman?
I'm not sure. I don't know him.
I think a man who could just get up and say, "Listen, I want to give a decision out for the people to decide, but I'm going
It
to
is the people. It has to go through the Assembly, and the governor has to sign it, and the
please.
State
So, yeah,
Senate.
They
This
do
is-
whatever they want, anyways. Go
So
ahead.
yeah, this is the Justin F. This is the Justin F. Heshy Show. You can call in if you have a comment. You can reach us at 718-303-9090. Again, call in with a question, a comment, complaint at 718-303-9090. Okay, you guys can continue fighting.
Somebody said, "SD, we should buy SD a box of candy from someplace." I'm like, even
Why a box of candy?
Why,
I don't
it's
know.
Valentine's Day?
I think so.
I thought you were gonna say a box of flowers.
Somebody says Neil Azaz, remember? I don't know, some guy wacko. He's just writing me crazy stuff.
Okay, so Gary, do you agree with me that there is no
That's
way?
hashtag just enough Heshy. Anybody can call into the show 718-303-9090 or hashtag me.
Oh, okay.
You
and if you
forgot.
want, you could even give him a hit in the head.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we are. You got it. Anyways, call into the show. Go ahead, Gary. Talk. We want to get a caller for you.
So yeah,
Where's Yael?
Gary, do you agree
I don't know. I think
that
it's at
there
the
is
gym.
no way to have non-corrupt politicians unless it's got funded by the government versus privately owned people who the politicians will owe money to later or favors
Shit.
because they paid for their campaign?
You're going to have to
think
change
the
the
law.
culture of the people. They're going to have to get more involved. They're going to have to learn what's going on there.
No, but is there any way that while let's say me, a private person, funds a certain campaign and then that person owes me, is there any way that the politicians will not be crooked and I will not have to ask them a favor that they will feel obligated to fulfill because I paid for their campaign? Is there any way for a private person to pay for a campaign and not ask for favors or corrupt the politician into doing what he wants?
Yeah, but Michael Bloomberg paid for his campaign.
He paid for his own, but
no, he didn't.
but if
He told
someone-
me Bloomberg
No, he
got
didn't.
money
yes,
from
that's
nobody
why
else.
No,
he
he
did.
didn't.
He did things on his watch. You
You-
might not like it, but he
you
did
don't
what he
like-
thought was best.
You don't like him so much,
So much.
that or even whatever's true about him, you just keep
There's
saying it's
nothing
not
to
true.
it. I
It's
know
not
he
true.
did something wrong. Bloomberg was
He's a wonderful
vicious
human
man.
being.
He's wonderful.
He
I don't
really
know.
was.
I
He was a
hate him
man.
with
You could, okay, by the way, you
a
can,
forward thinker.
A
He
forward
was.
thinker.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, you notice you could
Yes.
not like him. I don't like him as a person, but I thought that he did what he thought was right. That's more important to me. Like, let's say doing
What do you
something.
don't like him as a person? What, you hung out with him?
No, but his
you-
personality type is very kind of like
A little
normal.
tight.
A little bit, right?
I know he does it for the name.
Right. But what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
for the name. He's worth
what I
how
like-
much?
what I'm saying is
Oh, so
what I
he-
like about him is
yeah,
yes, he
yeah.
funded his own campaign, but because of that, he did what he thought was right, and he didn't have to answer to anyone. So even though you might not like him, he didn't do something that he knew was corrupt. In his
No,
mind, it
because
seemed
at
good.
certain times he might have had.
Neil
Maybe
was
maybe
Bloomberg.
the power
because
got to
he
him.
would Need, no, because he needs the city council's approval when he
He
does
didn't need
something.
money though.
Not money, but
no.
he needs their approval.
No.
So sometimes he
always.
might have had a bend for something they wanted so that they'll give him what he wants.
Right, but if all of them were privately funded, like only if you have money you can run, or the government pays the money for your campaign.
but no, it has nothing to do with money. It has to do, let's say, pick any councilman that thinks that there should not be a park on this block.
Why does that councilman
Okay.
think it? There's probably someone behind the scenes pulling strings saying, hey, don't make this park.
He really thinks it. He lives in the area. He knows the area. He thinks it should be 4 blocks away.
Okay.
And Bloomberg is only willing to put it in this location.
Why would
and
that
that's
be?
it. Because it's an empty lot and it'll be a few dollars more, a few dollars less, whatever the reason is. It's not really that important. But there's a disagreement on something. So someone's got to give. So the question is, who's going to give? So depending on the scenario, there are times I'm sure Bloomberg had a cave In order,
Why?
he should have certain
But Neil,
things
why?
go through smoothly that he wanted,
Neil,
that they didn't really believe in.
Neil,
the way
why?
He did.
Why did anybody have to cave if the man is so powerful and almighty? They
Not so powerful. He just had
You
more
had to
say.
work with more people.
Yeah, but he had
understand.
more
He
say.
wasn't on an island by himself.
He's not a king.
You know, what are you talking? He had to work
don't
with
know
the
that
council.
You're like a king.
Oh, stop it.
I'm just saying
So
that
silly. The man took
what
the
I
subway
applaud
to work.
Bloomberg for is because he didn't know anybody money.
So we took it once in the blue
Right.
moon.
Because he didn't know anybody money, he did what as best as he could, what he thought was right. Other
Which is a
people,
bad job.
We're only lucky that he was a wise man.
well, they say there's two things. Judges, and I would conclude politicians with this in the Jewish law. They say when we have a court system, two things that the people have to have is they have to be very humble and they have to have their own money, so that they have no love of power and no love of money. And
Hey,
that's what type of people we should be running at.
Quoting my quotes without permission.
That wasn't your quote, but
Okay.
okay. What I'm saying
I
is,
was going to take credit for it.
what I'm saying is we should have the same thing. Only if you are humble and have your own money, that you're not after wealth, can you want to help the people. Otherwise, it's only for personal gain.
Well, if you really believe most people, even as whatever you have, it seems to say there's a saying that you want another one. You know, you have one, you want two. You have two, you want three. You have five.
So you need to find someone who has enough money that doesn't need anymore.
It's not a need. It becomes an addiction. It becomes a challenge. It becomes a scorecard. It becomes whatever it is to that person. He knows he doesn't need it. You know, there are people out there that have
And what do you want them to do?
hundreds of
What
millions
do you
of
want them
dollars
to do
and
with
they
the
don't
money?
sleep at night.
What do you want them to do with the money?
They're afraid it's going to get lost.
Yeah, what do you
somehow.
want them to do with the money?
You
Like
saw
Bill
about the
Gates.
bank hacking, right? They
Yeah,
took $1 billion
$1 billion.
out of 30 different banks or something,
And
and they don't know who, what, when, where,
how
whatever.
could this be? Whose account does this
Isn't
go
that
on?
amazing?
Yeah.
So I hope your son is really learning computers well, because I'm waiting for a deposit in my account.
So Gary, is there any way that, like, you see my point? Do you understand that? Is there any way that a politician could not be corrupt when they're not paying for their own campaign?
You need an educated public. You have to change the culture.
How would the public help? Right? There's a
Public's
guy.
educated guy.
No, they're not.
Public
They're not.
is.
They don't have
we're
no
not.
clue.
They do have.
They
a
don't
clue.
even know who the congressman is.
Right.
Give me
It's
a
true.
break.
It's true.
Nobody knows that anymore. They just, you know.
So you're telling me we're all idiots?
Most
No, we're just
people-
not interested because it's so
Yeah,
corrupt.
Think of how they
It seems
voted for
useless.
Obama again.
Stop Obama.
Why?
I'm talking about the local politicians. You're going after
Why?
the big guy who
I'm
didn't.
showing you how most of America,
You're bitching about
half,
what are
are
you
a
bitching
little
about that
ill.
he did bad? He didn't do anything good. What did he do bad? Obamacare.
I don't know, but they
Not so bad.
voted
made
for
our
him.
country
How?
into
How?
dirt.
How?
That's how we're seen across
Spending
the
more
world.
money than he should.
We were always dirt.
No,
They always
Ronald
do-
Reagan, we were dirt.
Ronald Reagan, they were scared.
They were scared.
So you
And
want
that's
people
why,
to be in fear of us.
yes,
That's what you
yes.
I'm sorry,
want. That's
but
a bad
Yes.
person.
No, sometimes fear is what you
Fear.
need.
You're talking like
Right.
some little.
No, just like fire. You know, you don't play
Yeah,
with
let me-
fire
let me
because
quote-
you get burnt.
Let
you
me
know?
quote from Richard Nixon's book, who wasn't bad on opening China route. He said, you have to make the foreign leaders think you're capable of anything.
That's a good point.
Fear.
I
That's
have-
called
I
fear.
have a question for you.
The world runs on fear.
I got you, but me and you are friends. Aren't we friends for a long time?
Let's not tell everybody.
Okay. The point is why should we be fearful of each other? We should be friendly with each other. Why
Because the
can't we-
world's a mean
But
place.
we're not
But we
fearful.
do our
Why,
job-
you're fearful for me?
I'm not fearful. I like
So?
you very much, Leia. I
What
know
kind
you a
of
long time.
fearful?
Not respect.
Respect. Friends, you have respect for each other. But you know what?
Well, I don't know if I respect him. He's an animal, you know.
Like Esty said, like Esty says, in the world, if you have money, money is power. People, even though they know the person is bad, they will give them votes and votes and votes because they know they're going to
You
be the
vote.
winner. They're going to
You
have the
vote.
power, and
Right.
we want to
You
go
vote.
on that
And they'll
ride.
get honors and they'll get
Yes,
all kinds
Are
of
you a regular
things. Right.
citizen?
I think so.
What do you mean a
You vote?
regular citizen?
I do vote.
No. Don't lie.
I
You
do.
go to every election.
Not every, but I go to elections. Yes.
President.
President. Yes.
That's it.
No.
Mayor.
Did you vote for
In
Obama?
Rockland County, I voted for, whatever I voted
What about New
for.
York City?
I didn't vote yet
Why?
because I don't live here long enough.
Hmm.
That's why.
You can't vote.
You have to have
Mayor of New York City,
residency.
Rockland County. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Right? 5 boroughs only. Right.
Residency,
Right.
come on. You're a man who knows politics.
Governor.
But I
Governor
want to
vote,
say something.
Governor, you vote?
Let her
I don't
talk.
remember.
No,
I
you
just
didn't
want.
vote for governor. How do you not remember
I
voting for governor?
did not vote for governor. Amen. Listen to me.
Oh, you're here.
Even though people know somebody is
Oh.
bad, if they have the power, if they're going to win, if they're going to get the money, everybody's going to join the bandwagon.
You know,
Am I right? People,
Yeah.
the good people, no. If you're a good person,
Yeah.
are people going to follow you just because you're good?
Uh,
No, people want the money, people want the power, people want the fame.
So yeah, I had a friend. She was actually in politics. She used to help people get elected, and then she saw what it did to them, the power, how it got to their heads. So she gave up.
Very strong.
She gave up because she saw every person who went into politics ended up getting corrupted by the power. So there has to be some sort of
Even
system.
women, especially women.
And it's almost
Women,
like
yeah.
opening up a school.
Yeah, Shelley Silver in the dress.
I'm curious, right? You know how there's a police exam in order to go, you have to wait for years. Shouldn't there be like a politician exam, like ethics and
No,
stuff
no.
to check them?
No,
Like only if you have this ethical, mindset can you run.
No, I got a better idea. No, no.
Like you had a good job, you
You
make
gotta
enough
let
money.
other people talk once in a while. Why don't we put cameras on?
You have to let Gary talk.
Why don't we put cameras on politicians like on cops?
Right, so they can close it, like take away a dash cam, like take away a dash
Can I
cam.
talk about that?
Yeah, what happened there? What was that story?
You're gonna.
Yeah, this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. Again, this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. We're on Monday and Tuesday from 7 and 9 p.m. Go on.
Did you do the hashtag?
No, not yet. Keep going.
Okay, what? No, I'm not going. You have to do the hashtag. I need a commercial.
Okay, I was going to let you talk, but
No. You can interrupt us.
I see. Okay, so there's hashtag Just Enough Heshy on Twitter.
Now you're gonna get paid
I
back.
know.
There's
Yeah,
Just
you're
Enough
gonna-
Heshy at gmail.com. If you'd like to advertise with us, that would be the best way. And there's also Just Enough Heshy Facebook. I said the hashtag.
I did. Let me see. I got
Okay,
another
good.
hashtag thing.
And we're also live on YouTube right now. So yeah,
We are.
Yeah.
Just put
And
in
you
Just
can-
Enough
and you
Heshy.
can- And you can record it. You can click it later on.
Go ahead, record it
Not
and make sure
recording.
you watch
Some
it
friends
all
send me
day,
recordings.
Okay.
Keep
Yeah.
rerunning.
Go ahead.
We get for the
I think my radio is
reruns.
off.
Don't we get
No.
something for the reruns? What do they call that?
Residuals.
right?
Oh, go ahead. What else we got?
No, that's all.
No, you got to talk about the cigarette guy, Mikey. You didn't talk
Oh.
about Mikey tonight.
You wanted to talk about a topic. I'm letting you talk, and you're saying go to advertisements.
She's letting me talk.
Yes.
She's letting me talk. You see?
Leah. Now, let me tell you what that means. That's cover. Now, Leah, I have a question for you.
Which
Before
means foxy, right?
No, Leah, I want to ask you a truthful question. Honestly, you know Hungarian. Am I correct?
Yes.
Have you grown up with the language?
Yes.
I believe the word cover
Ay,
means...
Istanem na.
No, cover means...
Nice.
I don't want to hear
Foxy,
Foxy.
Foxy.
Then say Foxy. Say
Why?
Foxy.
Yeah, say foxy if that's what it
We
means.
are in America. Say Foxy.
Can I ask you a question? Did you ever go to Spain?
Never.
You never went to Spain?
Italy.
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 They walk around, they go, what do they call you when you go to
La
Italy?
Bella?
Not Lavella, they say to the man, what is it?
Bella, Bella.
Not Bella.
No.
Monsieur.
Monsieur?
That's France.
French.
It's French.
Signor.
Mademoiselle.
Signor.
Okay.
Now, isn't signor very
It means mister.
corvidish?
No,
No.
Corva just means
No.
bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It doesn't.
No, you know what? It's
Honest.
senor.
I'm going to stop using that word if you actually tell me that I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
You will
Ah!
stop
wrong.
using
It's
that
very
word.
Yeah, right. Like he can never stop it. You know what it is? It's senor.
I disagree.
It's hard for you, Heshy, but it's true.
But don't we call everybody corvas
No.
really in
No.
our hearts?
No,
You walk down the street, you say, look at that girl, she's a corv.
never.
You know I'm telling the truth. All women think like that. You're all the same.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, because your mom. Yeah, I
Now
get
you're
it.
telling us
Oh,
what
my
we're
mother
thinking?
issues. Estie's back to my
That's
therapy. What?
You know what it is? If Monsieur had a negative connotation to it, nobody would use it either. Corva could maybe be positive, but you specifically use it negatively, and it's specifically a negative word.
It's not positive.
Okay, say it to okay.
No, I got Estie to agree that it might be positive.
No, I said it's not positive.
Jackie Mason
If there was,
type
you
of
wouldn't be using it.
positive.
Club
Oh,
Corva
me?
is
I
going
look
to
like a
happen.
Corva.
You're gonna see. You're gonna be so happy when I open up Club Corva. You
Okay,
tell me.
not.
I'm not the first one to go on that stage that goes up and down. Okay? I first want to see you go
You're
up
gonna,
and
and
down.
then we're gonna have a guest night, Neil, coming down the stage.
Okay, basically,
Yeah.
you can never use the word Monsieur, and they'll be like, "What? What are you saying? Use the word Corva." I'm pretty sure people are going to get mad at you if they actually speak Hungarian. So it's not a positive
I
word.
was talking
You
to-
can make it positive. It just
Excuse me.
isn't, and you chose it because it's not positive
That's
because
what-
you have mommy issues.
No, I was talking to a Russian boy today, a guy.
Russian or
a man,
Hungarian?
Russian, And I said, Corva. He says, oh, yeah, I know what that means. I said, it means the same thing in Hungarian. He says, yeah. And I was so happy he understood me.
Yeah, he understood you said the word whore.
He could relate. He could relate.
Yeah, so great. Say that to a girl, you'll get slapped in the face.
Did you do our commercials?
No, but then he would have to pay something.
Right.
Curva in Spanish means curves.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a cool thing to be curves.
Yeah, don't call someone curves. Hey, curves, what's up? It's weird.
I don't know.
So bad.
Right. I used to have a friend in school. I'm friendly with him. His name was Chubby. Hey, Chubs. That's like curves.
Yeah, but they chose the word.
Chubby. You see, even later remembers Chubby.
Where's Chubby?
Right.
You know what? I dare you to
Like
choose a word that's
stubby.
positive for women. Let's see if you can fight your mommy issues and use a positive word. Think of a Hungarian word that's
Why
positive
should
for
you
women.
fight with your
Sure,
mommy
Corva.
issues?
No, I get it. You
I
have
feel like
issues.
we're on Saturday Night Live. We're playing Jeopardy here.
We're not. We're having the
No,
discussion. She
this
doesn't want to
is-
do the commercials.
this
Can you
is
do the
very
commercials?
important.
Right.
Because anyone with
Where's Sean
mommy
Connery?
issues
I bought
should be
Sean
talking
Connery
about
for
it.
400.
You are a guest.
Trying to get it
Oh
out.
my God, you are our political genius guest, and she is our regular lady Hungarian translator guest.
And you're Joe Franklin.
Make a joke.
No
Yeah.
joke, no joke. You know.
Okay. I'll stand mean dang shagget. No? Is that bad? Am I allowed to say that on the radio? I don't know what it means. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, it's not bad.
I have no idea what I just said.
You said don't be bad person.
That's what I said? No.
No.
It's like when you're angry, you say it.
That's the way I translate it. It's good
So
enough.
yeah,
for me.
let's talk about our advertisers.
Black Label,
So the Black Label e-cigarettes.
Mike,
Mikey?
Mikey. Yes.
Where is Mikey?
Mikey is. I think he couldn't make it. It's too cold.
Oh, it's too cold?
Yeah.
But does the e-cigarette work in the cold?
You call him. You can't.
No, I didn't want to know when you smoke out. Is
Yeah,
that from
yeah.
the ear
I
or
was
is it
smoking-
from
no,
the...
No, it was from the cigarette. I was using the
Oh,
cigarette.
the fire doesn't go out?
No. So anyways, you can go to
Oh, there is no
blpremiumecig.com.
fire.
No fire.
No fire.
Sorry, don't
And
interrupt
we're
us.
not supposed to interrupt. I mean,
No,
I
so
know, we're
go ahead.
really not
Where, how
supposed
can I get one of these wonderful electric cigarettes?
Yes,
You
you
call
can.
Mikey.
Yeah, you can call Mikey at 561-239-5941, and you can go to blpremiumecig.com. We have Le Buffet on
Le Buffet.
55th and 17th Avenue. They do
I'm not
breakfast, lunch,
I'm
and
not
dinner,
interrupting.
I'm not
and
interrupting.
catering. They do catering. You can reach them at 718-438-7612. We also have Gotham One Solutions, asbestos and lead abatement. You can reach Joel at 917-577-867. We have Green Line Building Consultants. You can reach them at 718-871-0382.
We do lead inspections. I mean, we have somebody who does lead and asbestos inspections for you, and then we get you the right, paperwork to make sure it's good.
Right. So this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can reach us at hashtag Just Enough Heshy at Twitter, Just Enough Heshy on Facebook. And if you'd like to advertise with us, you can reach us at justenoughheshy@gmail.com. If you we're on YouTube Live, again, just look at Just Enough Heshy, and you can call in. We're on Monday and Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. You can call in right now with any, thoughts on what we're saying at 718
Take a call.
on 718-303-9090. Again, you can call in at 718-303-9090. Go on.
Okay, now I want to
Thank you, Esty.
Thank you, Esty. Wonderful job. Do you
Wonderful.
like Esty's flower in the hair?
Very pretty.
Right? People don't do it anymore. Now it's bows. I'm sticking with the flowers.
Nope. You look a girl.
Thank you.
Very good. You see, she's a pretty girl. Nice,
Beautiful.
nice husband. You could use, right?
Yeah.
But she
That's all they seem to think about. Hey, you're single. You must
No,
be
no,
married.
I'm worried about her. You know why?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay.
That's
you know
fine,
why?
right?
You know why I'm
I have
worried?
till 27.
No, she wants to marry only a boy who smokes pot.
No, I need to have known he tried it because I believe it's
But
kind
he
of
never wants
close.
to smoke pot again, and he says, "Esty, you can't."
If he
smoke."
didn't enjoy it and he became paranoid, I can understand that. But to never try, I kind of see as closed-minded.
So you're not even
You
going to
want
go.
somebody who lives on the edge just a little bit.
No, not at all. They can
A
never
little bit,
smoke again.
Try stuff.
Yes,
and then-
they have to be open-minded enough to
Exactly.
try new things. Yes.
I would say the new things is a short list.
Right.
Well, I do have
Not a
the.
long
I
list.
figured out the one thing I need in a guy. Just this, and everything else will work out. Just
Right.
need someone who's power hungry. Together, me and them will rule the world, build our city, and won't think I'm like weird for thinking that. They'll be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
this is a weird city. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna think of how I can make it work, and he's gonna do it."
Esty, if there's a Hasidic guy with long pants.
There's no way he's power hungry.
Wait a minute. He's a long guy with long pants. Good looking man. He looks like
Charles Brown.
Charles Bronson.
I'm not a
Oh,
looks
she doesn't
person,
know
but
who that
okay.
Who's one
More
of
of
the
a
new
brains
ones?
person.
The new ones.
Who,
uh,
Willis?
I don't know.
Does it matter?
Willis.
Not Willis, that's
Okay,
Still
keep
our
looking for the
time.
name.
Tom Hanks.
Not Tom Hanks.
uh,
These young guys.
Just go on with what you were saying.
Bradley Cooper.
Is that the person?
Okay,
You know
yes.
that name?
Oh,
I don't know.
No.
How about Justin Bieber?
Ew.
Bieber.
Bieber.
No,
No, the
who's that other
Jonas,
guy?
the Jonas Brothers.
Again, ew.
Who's the one who did the
I'm sure they're all
Mission
power
Impossible?
hungry.
Mission
Cruise?
Impossible. Tom Cruise. Tom
Oh,
Cruise.
he's old. He's old.
What was your point?
Okay,
John
see, I have a
Travolta.
Hasidic guy who looks like one of your
John
hot
Travolta.
new Colin Ferguson kind of guy.
Okay.
Okay, ooh, I found somebody.
I don't know who he is.
I
really
don't even know
who
who
he
he
is.
is.
Yeah.
Anyways, a good looking
I think he's
Hasidic
a
guy,
murderer.
and he smokes a joint.
Yeah.
Smokes a joint. He says, Esty, I'm a Hasidic guy. I look great. I smoked. I don't want to smoke no more. And I'm power hungry. I have to wear Strommel and Beckinger, but I'm cool.
But you see, all those things don't match. If you're power hungry, you would not still look really religious because
Why not?
you can't
Why
get as far. You
Why?
can't.
Oh,
I'm religious. I believe in my God.
How many prejudiced people are there?
it doesn't
A
matter.
lot.
It really
It
doesn't,
doesn't matter.
Business is business.
Listen, I'm a religious person. I have my
Okay, first
different,
off-
No,
I-
it doesn't
I
matter.
did right.
It really doesn't matter.
right.
Do you
In the
want
real
power
world-
hungry, or you want somebody
in
to
the-
help the people and be real?
I want someone who's power hungry and will help the people.
No.
They have to reach the top with me and then do something.
Right. In other words, first there's got to be a lot of cash, and then to do good for the people.
That's okay. He doesn't have to. It's not. He doesn't even have to be rich. I used to think that he did. I just need them to have that desire so we can maybe
Okay,
make the
and
money
so if
together.
you're-
Motivated.
Just the
Motivated.
Hello,
desire.
if anybody out there listening who wants to have a shot,
Who's got a desire?
and you can even be Hasidic.
You
can
cannot.
call me and email me, and we'll go through your thing. Now, Gary, we're back to you now.
Shortchanging
Hello,
yourself.
Neil. Go back to Gary. I want to know which person, besides this crazy judge that you talked about, is the most power-hungry person in New York City right now.
The most found. Well,
Yeah.
the ones who control everything are the real estate people.
Real estate
They're not in
people.
power.
Yeah.
They're not elected
Are you
officials.
kidding me?
Yeah.
How are
There's a
they?
story in the Daily
The
News.
real estate people are getting screwed by the city
Let
left
me
and
hear- let me
right.
hear the
No,
story.
the
Go
big
ahead.
guys,
There's
the
no
big
big guys.
guys, the
One
big
is the big
guys.
guys.
Mr. Littman, okay?
What's wrong with him? He keeps shutting off the mic.
Yeah, because
He's not letting me talk. I can't let nobody
It's okay,
talk to me
Gary,
with
keep
my
talking.
mic. Hello?
Okay.
no, keep talking, Gary. They can't hear him.
Slow down for a second.
Hello?
No, just ignore him.
Hello?
In the Daily News today, there was a picture of a homeless man who
I know.
lived 500 feet from apartments that were selling
Big
for
deal.
$100 million.
Big deal. And there's a homeless man living.
Excuse me,
a
if you
homeless
let
man living down the block from me.
if you let me
Heshy,
finish
you're
my
very rude.
story,
Okay,
you
go
will
ahead.
get my point.
Go ahead.
Hmm.
That building with $100 million apartments got a 95% tax break,
Why?
paid for by you,
Why is that?
because your politicians voted it, because the guy who owns the building gave the governor, the mayor,
Yeah, we
the
know this.
assembly
We
people
spoke about
millions
this.
of dollars.
But you see, Gary,
For campaigns?
Gary,
Yeah.
you're looking
Exactly my
Gary,
point.
You see,
And probably for more.
Gary, you see your issue.
So then how do we do it that they don't owe favors to
You
people?
got one guy stopping this. It's called the U.S. Attorney Pete Ferrara.
Oh,
He puts him in jail.
You're gonna put the fact
You
is
don't
it'll always be like that.
Right.
As long as you're paying them,
Esty, if you don't take care of him, he's putting you in jail too, right? That's the way it works.
No. 35 people in Albany
Yeah.
have been put in jail in the last 10
well,
years.
You
Yeah.
watch how many people. My question.
And
to
you know what? If they had enough resources, they would put 100.
Gary, can I ask you a
That's right.
question, Gary? You remember the story you just told us about this poor homeless guy living in
Yeah.
100?
And he's wait. The best part of the story is the Daily News put him on the front page, and then the powers that be got together and evicted him from his little spot where he was living for 18 months.
But
Wow.
my question to you is look at the
So he
issue-
lost that.
Look at the issue you're looking at. You're saying how the rich got a tax break. How come the rich and the rest of us are not taking care of that homeless man? He knows he can't stay in a shelter. Why can't we find him an apartment in one of these?
by the way, most of the homeless
Yeah,
people,
$3,400 a
Because
month.
we're giving tax breaks to people that gentrify neighborhoods, pushing affordable houses.
And trees, and they need a tree in front of everybody's house, which costs.
They're
Trees are
pushing
very
people-
good.
They're
to
pushing people
Yeah.
out of the buildings. There's no more affordable places, and the city has record number of homeless right now.
Have
What is
you-
causing that?
And nobody's helping.
wait,
because
have you ever met a homeless
They're
person?
helping
push
the
people
homeless
out.
lobby. Homeless
Okay.
person, many
Have you
times.
met? Right.
Yeah.
Most homeless
Did you?
people I meet are mentally ill and they're off medication and out of the hospital for a reason. I've never met a very normal homeless person who said, "Hey, I tried to get a job, I couldn't afford rent." Most of them are crazy. So I don't know if there's actually a homeless. What?
Yes. I used to work with homeless people, all mental, all schizophrenic.
Did you
or
ever
whatever.
meet a normal homeless person who's like,
No,
oh, I tried,
no,
right? So
no.
the homeless people, it's not even like, oh, these
They're
people are homeless.
mentally
They're mentally
not
ill.
flexible, yeah.
There's not a lot we can do there. We can try to put them on medication, but if they're not pro it, you can't really
But they
force
have
them.
adult homes for these people.
Right. So
Their social security.
what I'm saying is the homeless isn't really as big a problem as we think because
No.
it's not actually homeless people. It's more crazy people.
There's a mixture. There's people who are normal. Just
You've
can't
met them?
afford the rent.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know how many people go crazy living on the street? I was on
We're
the street
Section
today for
8. How is that
2 hours.
possible?
Yeah, I tell you, Section 8 is also a game.
What do you
You
mean?
can't get on the
It's
list.
closed.
It's closed. You can't get on the
here.
list. You need to get on it. You're poor. You can't have a
Unless
place to
you're
live.
a woman and you
If you
have
know the
certain
right person, you
claims
get on it.
and
Right,
that's-
unacceptable. People can have places to live, but we won't take care of the homeless because there's no real homeless lobby.
Okay. How about we
Right,
take a
'cause
phone
they
call?
don't have money.
Go,
the homeless.
what?
Good, because the homeless can't pay the lobbyists.
No,
I
he's
agree.
right. He's right.
I
He's
agree.
right.
And
That's
there's
what's
no,
going on.
and
What do
because
you
there's
mean?
no money in the budget to make on the homeless.
No, there's a lot of money being
Right.
made on the
Nonprofit.
homeless. Right.
Non-profit.
All the
That's
nonprofit groups are making money on the homeless.
Right.
They don't want it to change, really. That's why when they hear that they're going to build 10,000 new homes or whatever over the next bunch of years,
That's a Band-Aid on the cancer.
that's all a joke, really.
Right.
Band-Aid on
Because,
cancer.
yeah,
Good one.
isn't it?
Okay. Anyways, this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in and reach us at 718.
Put it down.
You see, you do it on purpose. Every time I talk, you interrupt.
I know.
It's just complete. It's rude. You want to be known as that? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Don't
But,
they call
but
me-
I'm amazed that you think that my talking has anything to do with you.
Nice.
Okay. I'm amazed.
So yeah. Anyways, this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. Hey Norman, you're on the air. What's up?
Hi, Esty. How are you?
How's it going?
Oh, you've changed so much since the show started.
Yeah?
You're getting more polished.
More confident?
You have a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very nice to hear Gary on the show tonight.
Right? He's good. The first time I met him, I was like, okay, Gary writes a blog. Then I heard him talk and I was like, wow, he has so much information. I treat this with Z also, like Neil, like Heshy. No.
What's your-
I'm sorry. I'm just saying that, these people are so informed. I enjoy smart people.
I'm not smart.
I just want to...
Norman, she just said I'm not smart.
You could be smart if you watched a little bit what you said, if you filtered any thoughts that come out of your mouth.
Listen.
Wow, Norman, she just insulted me.
No, I said you're smart. You just have to filter it.
Hey, listen, Heshy, she loves you.
She better.
And she
She's
loves
coming to eat
Neil.
my house this week.
Well,
Better make
listen.
sure that food is good.
Go on, Norman.
When I talk about Neil and I talk about Heshy and I criticize them, please don't take it personally. Because I really care about both of you. You have...
It's called constructive criticism.
Neil
That's
takes it
fine.
personally, I want you to-
Listen, Heshy, you do wonderful things. And I'm very proud to know you because you do things that are amazing.
Right.
And, you bring on a guy like Gary. But if I criticize you about how you treat women or talk about women, it's in a negative way.
Wait,
wait,
I
let me
heard a
finish.
dirty, no,
Let her
I heard a
finish.
dirty joke yesterday by you degrading
A
women.
dirty
I thought that
joke?
was funny and that wasn't degrading.
That was.
I did not say
silly.
one bad word,
I know.
It's true. Okay, let's go on, Norman.
right? Okay, so if you say something that's disrespectful to women, get it through your head. It's disrespectful. If you said something about gay people, I think that it's wrong. Like you didn't think they should have the right to get married. I think that's wrong.
No. I said that the civil union paper, it doesn't make a difference. Like Neil said, they get the benefits, the life insurance policies, the wills.
Listen,
What's this whole thing of making this whole city crazy?
listen. It's
People
making
don't want
nobody
marriage licenses.
crazy.
People live
It's-
together today. They don't want to be married. It's so stupid.
Listen, Heshy, it's really irrelevant. People have the right to, if they want to marry a rabbit, if they want to marry a cow, I really don't care.
Sure, that's
Has nothing-
crazy.
It
That's
has-
crazy.
listen,
We can't have crazy in the
But
city.
we can't let the cow marry the rabbit.
No, but listen, my friend married a cow and he had a little cowboy and a cowgirl. And it was very, very nice.
Sorry, I like Norman's jokes.
So anyway, yeah, I have really good jokes, but...
Heshy just wants his jokes to be best. He can't admit that your jokes are better.
And I want to tell
Yeah.
She's killing
Neil.
me.
She's killing me
Hey,
tonight. She's
Neil,
acting
I really-
busy. By by the way, Norman, we're going out to eat tonight, and we're going to
We need
announce.
someone to pay.
Yeah, we need somebody to pay. We're broke. The show's not. We're having a rough time. Go ahead, Norman.
So do you want me to take you out?
No, it was a joke, Norman. It was a joke.
Okay.
I'm paying.
Anyway, first of all, I want Neil to know I really care about him.
You know
Thank
what?
He knows. He knows. I
I
think.
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because, anytime you want to quit smoking, Neil, I'll watch over you, baby, and I'll make sure that you walk away from that nonsense.
I appreciate it.
No, really.
Really, I
really
do appreciate it.
I know you do. So, SD, as far as you go, I think the first thing you should do if you want to have somebody in the future is love them. Forget about money. If you fall in love, then, you could work together to get where you want to get.
Not if they don't have the same goals.
Yeah, well, listen, you got to make sure that, you know the person. You could live with them for a while if you'd like to. Listen, I know your background is different from mine because of the religious
Aspect.
stuff. Yeah, but anyway, I wanted to get together with you in a cafe, and you could bring along.
Norman,
Aren't you married?
Norman, wait, before you do that,
Excuse me?
Norman, we have another lady on the show
Well,
tonight.
yeah, I know you do.
Leah,
Wait,
say hello.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
Leah.
How are you?
Leah. Yeah, I had a mother-in-law named Leah. I used to put on boxing gloves, and so did she. I punched her in the stomach, and she hit me in the face.
What? That
No,
sounds not
what-
healthy.
No, I'm only kidding. Esty, what did you ask me if I was married?
Yeah. No.
No, I'm not married. I'm single.
Oh, I thought.
Oh,
I see.
I was married twice.
Oh, that's okay.
And you know what?
Charm,
Esty,
Norman.
I
Three
just
times
want
the
to tell you.
charm.
Remember, I told you I picked up a girl that was hitchhiking.
Yes.
Oh, well, that day she was 16, and I was 29.
You
And we
married
ran-
her.
Yes, I did. And
Why would you
I-
marry someone like 10 years younger than you?
Well, no,
Esty,
I
that
was
was
13, I was
13
13 and a half years
Oh.
older than her.
Okay.
Why would I? First, I fell in love with her. She didn't look like 16. She looked like she was 23.
Yeah, but did she have your intellectual?
Yeah, she had all the capabilities. I
When you
had-
marry someone younger, you're not marrying them because you're going to make them a partner. That means you're going to make them kind of like a sidekick.
Yeah.
Because if they're not as smart as you and they're from a different age range, then
no, but it doesn't matter. They could elevate themselves to your level if
it's a different time
if they
frame.
if they understand things. And I had a wonderful 17 years with her.
Norman,
It was really
Norman,
great.
ST's doing a great job interviewing, but I have a question for you.
Sure.
Don't you have anything to ask Gary? He's a guest on the show.
Well, you know what? Listen, I know all the things that Gary says.
Do you
I
read
know.
his blog?
Listen,
Do you read his blog?
No.
Wow.
Listen,
Gary, what's the name of your blog?
True News.
True News. Come on, Norman, I'm shocked.
Wait, listen. I'm going to tell you about. If you want true news, just listen to Democracy Now. It's on every night at 6:30 on the CUNY network. The best journalist in the world. I demand, just like in that film, Manhattan Murder Mystery. Remember when Woody Allen said, "I demand that you don't do that," because she wanted to go in the other apartment, right, Esty?
Yeah, right.
And she ignored him. But listen, Democracy Now! Is the best news show in the United States. If you want to know the truth, just watch that show. Esty, you should watch
Or
it.
just get a TV.
And yes, you must. No, listen, and if you do that, then you should shoot for an interview with Amy Goodman, who's the journalist, because you're getting news from journalists who are at the scene. And yesterday, Neil was talking about the Middle East. It's a wild west. If you want to know what's going on in the Middle East, just listen to Democracy Now.
Could I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why do you think the public is not getting the true news from their from the mainstream media?
Well, they don't want to give them the true news.
Why?
They just want to. Why? So they could keep manipulating and dumbing down America. Aren't we? Listen, the rich are getting educated, and everybody else is being dumbed down.
So you're telling me that the average person has no idea what's really going on?
No, they don't.
No,
know
you
what's
said
going
that.
on.
You said
And
that.
we know that already.
You said that, Gary.
And that's why
I disagree
Obama
with you.
was
I
voted as
disagree with
was.
both of you. The average
listen.
person knows he's getting screwed. There's nothing we can do about
But they
it.
don't know what's going
but-
on.
No, you're
Listen.
wrong. We don't have time. We're barely struggling to make it to. You know, when I was many years ago, I used to quote Neil every week. Friday afternoon, we used to meet, and me and Neil used to say the same. I used to say the same thing. Neil, what was my line right before the
By the
weekend?
skin of my
I
teeth.
made it by the skin of my
Hey,
teeth.
listen.
You're telling me I
Listen.
make it by the skin of my teeth. I have time to play with you, retards.
Listen.
Vote you out every
Listen.
4 years. Have a good
Heshy.
life. A new loser to come into power. I can't take these wackos screwing us day in and day out. I'm
Heshy.
So yeah,
tired.
Norman, go on.
Listen, you think slavery was abolished, but it hasn't been abolished. Everybody in this country is a slave because they can't survive. Do you know how many trillions of dollars are owed by consumers to the credit card companies?
He's right.
Trillions.
Everybody's looking
Trillions.
way over their heads.
Listen,
It's not
The
looking
same,
way.
the same money that you got 20 years
But-
ago.
but,
And the
you
reason
know,
why this is
but our
happening, it's like
moderator-
they're keeping us. They're keeping us in.
No. Our moderator says he doesn't have time. It would be a lot.
well,
It would
listen.
be It would be a lot better if we watched the local news and they just doesn't tell us sports, weather, and cartoons.
well, that's what they're telling you about.
You know, you would
sports,
like
weather,
to know
and
what's really going on in your community.
No, after 15
Listen,
minutes, we're tired of your
listen.
lies.
Yeah, that's why
Listen.
Channel 1 is good.
Every
Right.
channel,
But we're
they don't-
tired. No, Channel 12 is full-time news also.
Yeah,
no?
But
I
they're
like the
not
other
really
guy.
telling you the news. A 15-year-old kid cannot understand what's going on. They read the press release.
Oh, you know what?
That's why I
Cheers,
don't
it's very
understand
cool.
stuff.
I saw this anchor woman.
Hold on a
Channel
second,
12 News.
Norman.
Very cool.
Thank you for your
Good,
call.
pretty,
We're just
Norman, I love
Very
it. Thank you.
pretty. That's what you
It's
say
only
first.
pretty, but it's like young girls, 2023.
Why don't you just watch
acting
Fox
like
News?
professionals.
Probably interns.
I don't know if the intern, she has a full-time spot the way she laughs and mingles in. I'm very impressed with this little kid.
Okay.
You know? I think she could be a star.
We know
Okay.
the news that you like.
yeah. Well, this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Heshy.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to talk about the proposed building in Trump Village or the shopping center. It is a real disgrace that somebody can come in, displace stores that have been there for years, that serve senior citizens and other residents, and just leave it vacant for years without any services for you. He talked. The developer sent this representative to a public meeting several weeks ago at Lincoln High School, and she had the facts. He didn't give one fact. He didn't give one plan. That referred to a lot of studies. Didn't give any studies. Already, Walgreens is closed.
What's your
Wait.
name? What's your name?
Alan.
Alan, why should he? It's his property. He has taken years to figure out a way to develop it. The city is screwing him from left to right. If he has the tenants over there, they'll never let him build. And when the tenants find out what he's building, they're going to charge him $1 billion to move out and screw him. You're telling me that this guy who, and people can't just relocate after tomorrow, this guy is allowed to do whatever he wants with his property. And he shouldn't even need
Legally, he may, but you know,
and he shouldn't even need community board approval. And let
I'm not even talking though. Why you interrupted me? I did not. You know, he's coming into an area that's not 40-story buildings. That's not an area for this kind of development. He's walking in. His advisor said, "Well, we're going to have great stores. Meanwhile, jobs are being lost. You can have crime in the area. You can have homeless people sitting there. You can have a terrible situation when your stores will be vacant for years. What is a senior citizen going to do who can't go to a store?"
That's why we have, first of all, accessoride, and second of all,
Besides
that area that I know you're talking about was terrible when I was a kid, terrible when I was growing up, always rotten. The jobs that they gave out there were penny ante jobs.
Oh, yeah.
With the new
Walgreens-
buildings coming
Walgreens-
up today, you're going to have big-time jobs, more employment,
What big-time
good
jobs
living,
do you
and
have?
you will have more
What
police
big-time-
protection.
What big-time jobs?
Engineering.
What engineering jobs could be there for more than 3 months?
No, you're gonna have.
You know what?
You're gonna
Come
have
back. I like
upscale
you to send me
stores.
a plan.
You're gonna have a lot
I
of
like you to-
upscale
look,
stores,
sit
upscale
down.
people.
I
Whatever.
hear this.
You're tearing down the supermarkets and everything
You're
down.
tearing down a stupid supermarket. And you're gonna build up a bigger one,
No, you're
What do
building
you
up a
do?
co-op.
a co-op with stores there to stop
You
it.
know what? I'm going to be president of the United States before that happens. No, I'm Jewish, and there's more of a chance of me being Pope than this happening. It's a fantasy. He said he's going to build 1 bedroom and studios. I like to see one development in New York City for the last 30 years that has 1 bedroom and studio.
Because they can't afford more.
Okay,
People
let me
can't
have a
afford more.
caller. We're going to station identification. Stay on the phone with us if you want. But I want to calm. No, you don't have to calm down. I want to say one thing. And then I'll be back in a minute. You got to wait a minute. If not, well, you know, I just want to say one little quote. We're going to go to commercial break, and I want you to hear this quote and think about it during commercial break. As a rule, men like you and me worry more about what they can't see than about what they can. So listen to that quote. Think about what I just said, because I'm going to argue about that. We'll be back in a minute. Everybody, stay tuned. You're on the Just Enough Heshy Show. We'll hear station identification. Thank you. Welcome back to the Just Enough Heshy Show. You have me again and Leah. Leah, say hello again.
Hello again.
Leah was screaming at me a little bit in Hungarian during the break. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's continue.
Woman, Esty and Neil walked out on the caller, but go ahead, caller. What's his name again?
His name is Alan. Hey, Alan.
Alan, how you doing? Go ahead, Alan. I apologize but you just remember my quote. Men worry what they can't see.
Who's
what
that
they
quote
can.
from? Who's that quote from?
It's a very famous quote.
Who? From who?
I think it was me. No. I took it off of somebody. I didn't write that. Let me see.
Right.
Wait
You know, I'm sorry. I don't think it's a famous quote because I'm almost 70 years old and I've never heard of it before.
You know what? I think it might even be an Abraham Lincoln quote.
So, Alan,
a George Washington quote. Check it out.
Right.
Check that
I
quote
like
for me
to learn
right now.
something.
Whose quote that is?
So, Alan, you're dealing. This is a personal issue for you, right? It's going to affect you.
No, actually, it doesn't affect me.
So, do you know someone it does affect?
It's more for the senior citizens in my building, who's losing a quality of life. The person who can't walk, and when somebody comes to a meeting and lies, and has, I know the facts, but doesn't quote any study.
What lies did he say?
He said 1 bedroom and studios. Number one, that's not going to happen. It never happens that way.
Why?
Because every other development,
You can't make money on it.
You can't make money on
You
what.
see, that's where you're wrong, Alan. That was 20 years ago. Today, a 1-bedroom, no, 1-bedroom studios, 1-bedrooms and studios are going. And Leah, you're a real estate Leah. They're going for $1,200, $1,400, $1,600. You're telling me a guy says to me, "Why should I make a 3-bedroom apartment on the floor and collect what? $2,400, $3,500? They put 4 studios. They're collecting 4. Don't tell me I work in the city. I'm all over the city, and I'm in all the apartments, and I'm telling you that everybody's making one. Okay,
don't tell me what I don't know. You don't know me. Don't tell me what I don't know.
But Alan, I'm telling you that my profession. I'm telling you I'm an expert.
You know all the professions. You don't know anything about me. I know as much about you. I read every day. I read the studies. I'm in the field also, so I know what's going on.
What field were you in?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You don't say more. Okay, I know all about this.
Okay.
And I talk to people. I talk to average people every day. And business people all day long.
What about the seniors who built this country? I'll tell you what they put in the campaign literature, everybody who runs for office down there. They built this country. They fought for us in the war. They raised our families. And now now when they're old and can't walk, you're going to make them not be able to go to
Gary, tell our caller whose quote that was that I read from.
I don't have my
Julius
glasses.
Caesar?
I don't have my glasses.
Okay, Esther, you
Apparently
said
Julius Caesar.
that quote that I read was from Julius Caesar. Just want
Okay, good. I have to read it up. Anyway, good. But you could have told me yourself.
I think everything is myself. I lie.
No, you don't lie. I didn't say you lie. I didn't say you personally. I thought it was a developer line.
What about the seniors? That's what I'm
The
asking.
seniors are a problem, and you know what? Again, I blame it on your votes. That the seniors, first of all, I don't even believe half the seniors are coming out to actually make a change. They're tricked. They're not being. They're being tricked. They're voting back for the same politicians for 20, 30-year runs. Nothing changes for them.
Politician has been here? What politician has been here for 20 years?
What, Gary? Give him a list, Gary. Right now, how many?
I know the year. I've been here.
Yes, Tim,
Right, you know the numbers. Can I let's start with Vito
No.
Lopez. How long was he in
I'm
power?
talking about this area. I'm talking about this
Your
Coney
area,
Island.
Coney Island. Who's your assemblyman?
Mr. Krasny.
Now, how long is he there?
8 years.
Oh, I'm sorry, not long enough. Let's go. What else? This is his third term, if I'm correct.
What?
This is his third term.
Third term, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2 wasn't enough. Let's go. Who's your councilman?
Oh, it's Chaim Deutsch, 1 term.
Finally, you have somebody with some brains. Now here we go. The man went against bad.
How about his state
Wait,
senator,
wait,
Mr. Kruger, who's in jail?
Hold on. Forget
That's
Kruger.
really irrelevant.
Chaim Deutsch ran. Hello. Who did Chaim Deutsch run against? Gary. Who did Chaim Deutsch run against?
I'm supposed to know this
Forget
offhand.
that one. You've Gary.
Ari Kagan.
Okay, how long was Kagan in power?
Wasn't.
He wasn't. That was an
Who
open
was the
seat.
one
Took
before?
over.
They have term limits in city council, so there was all
No, there
open
was
seats.
3.
Yeah,
Alan,
but he
did
was
you vote for
around.
Obama?
It doesn't matter. It's not the issue. Did you vote for that's really not the issue here. We're talking about the issue. You're going away from the issue. That's very nice. I'm talking about one issue and you're going away for that.
Okay, let me hear the issue. Go ahead.
The issue again is the developer came there. He said, "Well, we have good stores here. We have good jobs. Seniors cannot work. They're going to go." He's using the gym next to Net Course, the place next to Net Course. That's a dangerous walk for seniors. At night, there's no lights there. During the day, people are driving cars up and down that field, down that area. Net Course has trucks coming up and down there. Seniors' lives are in jeopardy.
So why?
Seniors' lives are very.
So I don't understand why aren't people sitting down and coming up with a game plan for the situation that you have? To forget about changing
You'll find out
life.
about it. You'll find out about it. It's just the game was just started.
But
So
all
you're not going to let this developer build his property over your dead body.
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I said there are places, there are ways things are done that can stop them legally.
But why? But
Why?
why? Why won't we let him build? It's costing.
Aren't you a co-op?
I'm not even. That's really irrelevant to the situation.
But you got to understand, the middle
I know,
class,
I
the middle class is being pushed out of this city by developers all over the place, whether it's Bed-Stuy or Crown Heights.
They beg us to
They
develop.
they want you to build.
Because they're
ask you to
getting money.
fix.
But where is the point where it gets to be too much and nobody can live here anymore, including the homeless?
Well,
Well, if the homeless have to move because their rent is too
So,
high, that's pretty.
That's going on all over the
no,
place.
you know what? We can force the developers by giving them.
It ain't
50%
happening.
tax
The game
breaks
has gone
to
on
make
for
them
years.
like
It ain't
that.
happening.
I want to give you a little bit of history.
It ain't happening, what you're saying.
I want to give you a little bit of history.
Oh, okay.
When people have grievances, I'm not saying this happens, unfortunately. There was a time in this country when there was no workers' compensation laws. Then became workers' compensation laws became good. Then, we can't get too much money. So when a person loses an arm in an accident, and by negligence by the company that builds up something, and they know they're doing it negligently, but the person can't sue because it only workers' comp law now.
Stop. They sue. Don't tell me.
Do you have a solution or just a problem?
I'm just telling you, when people get desperate, you talk about homeless people. We got to deal with people. The seniors lived here. They built this neighborhood. This neighborhood was nothing in 1964.
They fought our wars.
They came here in Coney Island. They came here. They built it.
I remember Coney Island 60, 67, 69, 70. And it was still terrible. I never knew a good time. Only the beach.
And that's why Trump Village was its own
that's why Brighton Beach did very well because they
gave it in. They make their own little place. That's
Anyways,
what Trump
thank you,
Village
caller,
did.
for your call.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So yeah, let's take another caller. This is the Justin F. Heshy Show. You can call in and reach us at 718-303-9090. Again, we're on Monday and Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. You can reach us at 718-303-9090.
No.
Hello, Sharon. You're on the air.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Where's Chase's headphones?
The call from Norman about watching Democracy Now! Amy Good Goodman. They are the most anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, leftist, progressive, Obama Democrats that you've ever seen. Never watched that show.
Wow.
They lie.
Me
They
and you
blame
together.
Israel for everything. And they're the Obama people, the anti-Semite Democrat Party.
Terrible.
Wow.
Terrible.
It's very bad. Don't
Well,
ever watch
I don't
it.
really think
They're
there's.
the ones complaining about Netanyahu coming here March 3rd. The Democrats look terrible, boycotting BDS. Boycotting.
What does that mean,
Netanyahu.
Democrats boycott? How many
Because
Democrats?
right now,
How
51
many?
Republicans signed the invitation.
Okay, but how many Democrats are
and
backing
no
out? Seven?
Democrats have signed.
Who cares? They're coming.
Of course they come.
Those Democrats
they're
are
not.
coming.
They're going to
No,
come.
They're
No,
going to
they're
come.
not. The
You're going to be missing
the
The
black
Black
people.
Caucus won't come. The Black Caucus,
Really?
maybe.
They won't
No,
come?
they're not. The
They're
Black
gonna come.
Caucus will not come.
Right.
It
the
started with
Black
John
Caucus
Lewis.
doesn't
John
come.
Lewis. Jewish lives matter. Jewish lives matter. John Lewis started this whole thing with Nancy Pelosi. He's a civil rights Selma guy, and he won't listen to Netanyahu when Israel's in dire straits. This is unbelievable. This is the BDS movement from the Democrat Party. This is great for a Republican president in 2000.
And look at all the
who I'm
liberal
voting
Jews
for.
voting. Look at the liberal Jews voting for them again and again.
We hope
Sure
not.
that you won't vote for Hillary if she runs?
She's worse than
Why?
Obama.
She is the coolest. Her husband was the greatest president the country had in many years.
Yeah, but she's worse. She'll carry out Obama's anti-Semitism,
No.
anti-Israel.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Forget it. And
Yeah.
Obama's over there influencing Netanyahu's reelection.
Isn't her main assistant Muslim? Hillary Clinton?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
first of all, she's we have to have a Republican president. I met Ted Cruz in Israel last year. We love him. And I'm Democrats, and we're all voting Republicans because of Israel. Israel cannot take 8 more years of a progressive, extremist, liberal. Hillary Clinton, and that's what she is. Oh, she'll lie and say, we love Israel.
How about Bush?
Yeah, the
How
Democrat
about
Party
Bush?
is
Yeah.
the
How
anti-Semitic
about
party.
Bush? I heard that Bush is really not too
Jeb Bush
pro-Israel.
hates Israel.
Who does?
Jeb Bush.
Well, I don't like him.
So
Ted
he's
Cruz.
your Republican candidate.
Ted Cruz, Marco
Jeb,
Rubio.
no, Jeb or Hillary? Question, Jeb or Hillary?
It's a question.
I can't hear you. What?
Jeb Bush or Hillary Clinton? Who are you voting for?
I'm not going to vote. Well,
You
Jeb
have to
Bush
pick
doesn't
one.
like
You have to
Israel.
pick one. Pick one.
It would be Jeb Bush.
Oh my God, he hates Israel. He hates
Everybody
the
hates
Jews.
Israel, apparently. You can't win.
Not Hillary. Not
Wait. Who? Jeb Bush hates Israel?
Yeah.
That's who?
It says he wouldn't go to certain parties with the Jews. I read an article. He was avoiding a whole
Basically, whenever you vote, you have to vote the lesser of 2 evils
No,
because it's usually
no.
not a good candidate
Right.
ever.
And that's a very big problem.
And
Well,
who's this
Operation Clean Sweep. We got to do
other-
it.
according
Well,
to our friend
Well,
Gary, it never
okay,
happened.
thank you for telling me about Jeb Bush. Well, I don't care for him anyway.
Go
Well,
on
you know,
Google.
check it
Go-
out.
go
Don't
on
rely
Google.
on us.
Right, go on Google and
Don't
you'll see
rely
what
on
he
us.
said.
We're not
Okay.
reliable folks.
Okay,
Right.
but let me say this. If they both suck as candidates, I do think, though, that we would vote for Hillary, even though she sucks also. The reason why...
Prejudiced woman.
No, let me explain why.
Let her-
Hold
let her
on.
shine.
The reason for is because she's a woman. She has way
No.
more proof. No, I know. I'm not saying you should vote for her because she's a woman.
No,
I'm
that's
saying...
ridiculous.
No.
He hates Israel more than Jeb Bush.
Yes, but what...
I don't believe that. Hillary loves Israel.
What I'm
No,
saying is,
She does. You guys are sick.
let's say
That-
both of them hate Israel. The fact is, because she's a woman, like women cops are twice as tough. Because she's a woman,
Are
right?
you kidding me?
Right, but because she's a woman, she has twice to prove, and she's gonna be more.
Well, that's what they
Hillary-
said about Obama.
Neil,
He's the
Neil,
first black
Neil.
president. He has a lot to prove. Did he prove anything?
Not the same as women. Women having to. I'm sorry.
Hillary's daughter's
Ted
Jewish.
Cruz is the first
No.
Hispanic president,
Son-in-law.
Republican, and he's 45 years old. Hillary's 69. Look at the difference. She's old enough to be his mother. It's a terrible visual for the Democrat Party.
What I'm saying
agree.
is,
I thank
okay,
you.
let me ask you this: black cops, do they
Thank
come
you.
down on you?
Thank
They
you for the
don't.
call.
Yeah, thank you for your call.
I'm
Okay,
telling
what I'm
you,
saying is, black
Neil.
cops, do they have to prove as much as women cops? No, women cops will crack down and they're mean. Black
I
cops
don't know. I
don't.
don't
You can
have
find a
anything to
great
do with
black cop.
cops,
There's
so-
very few women cops that are like,
No.
not tough and will like twice as much likely to give you a ticket. What I'm saying is because of
They're into the
Hillary,
50
she
states.
has something to prove more than a black guy, more than a Spanish guy. Because she's a woman, she feels like because of the feminist thing, she has twice to prove, and I think that alone will make her a better candidate. Just because she doesn't want to fail, because it'll make all women look bad.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it doesn't matter if she doesn't want to fail and she tries twice as hard. It doesn't mean she'll be successful at it. I don't know why you.
But
say
they both
because
are bad.
She wants it,
Yeah.
therefore.
But they're both bad. You might as well choose.
We have a problem.
What?
I know we have a lot of
We have
problems.
a problem. First of all, we didn't do the horoscope.
What about my
Ugh,
shrink?
oh my God, the horoscope. It's all he worries
And
about.
the-
Okay, this is the
it's still
just enough.
January,
Okay.
the Aquarius thing,
Okay.
no?
This is
And it's right.
Okay. This is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can reach us at 718-303-9090. You can also, if you'd like to advertise with us, you can reach us at justenoughheshy@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, Just Enough Heshy. Let's take another caller. Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, good evening. Good evening to all. How are you?
How's it going?
Very well, thanks. There are two things I'd like to comment on.
Well, what's
if
your
I
name?
may.
What's your name?
This is Dave.
Oh, Dave, I wanted your voice sound familiar. Hi, Dave.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. You called before. I like this.
Yes, I have.
Go ahead, Dave. Oh, I
Yeah,
have to remember I'm on YouTube. Go ahead.
The two things as a black man who's always had problems with the Congressional Black Caucus because of their left-wing agenda, I am outraged that they are the first ones to come out and say that they won't attend the speech that Bibi, one of the greatest leaders of the free world, is planning to give, to tell us about, the dangers of Iran and how we have to stay on them like white on rice. The Congressional Black Caucus of today has gone to the far extreme left, and there are individuals within that group who are extremely anti-Israel.
Why is that?
Because unfortunately, the so-called intellectuals within our community, are brainwashing their people into thinking that the Palestinians, because they happen to be dark-skinned, quote unquote, are immediately oppressed.
So, Dave, I have a question for you.
Good point of view.
You and I know you live in New York City, correct?
Correct. I live in Irvington, New Jersey.
Whatever.
Irvington,
So,
New
but
Jersey.
do you come into New York City quite often?
No, not as.
I was trying to get the point being is if you've ever driven around New York, we have certain areas where different racial ethnicities live in more together, like
Groups.
groups like the
Sects.
Jewish people, Chinatown. You have a little Italy,
Visit Chinatown everywhere in the world, by the way.
There is, and there's also a little
Man, but
Italy.
the one in Brooklyn is top notch.
And there's
Yeah.
also a little
Literally almost like
right.
the city.
There's two Chinatowns, right?
The one on
Brooklyn-
8th.
Go on with your point.
My point is Dave, that the people are congested in their own neighborhoods. So you're telling me that that they don't see that their own people are struggling and in strife and living in poverty, and this is what they're worried about of the Israel, and their own people don't even care to elect them or throw them out
No,
of
but
office.
where are all the other countries in the area
Yeah, well,
helping,
get
them,
that-
helping them out?
Why other countries? Why not
Unfortunately.
we're helping our own people? Why are these so busy with the Palestinians when we have people in Bedford Stuyvesant, Bushwick, East New York, Brownsville, all struggling and strifing, and they don't have their own, forget their own homeland.
Israel be damned.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got Bushwick.
Let's get Bushwick. Let's get them homes. Let's get them their own houses.
You
Let's
must have
get them a
lost your
job.
mind.
But we're busy
Yeah.
about Palestinians.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have bought into the racial hustle that started, ever since the so-called Nation of Islam. And I say this as a Muslim, the Nation of Islam is about as Islamic as the KKK is Christian. And this has been the hustle that Farrakhan and Jeremiah Wright and these people, they have brainwashed.
And what are you going to do to change it, Dave?
Well, I belong to CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah,
Roy Innes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And every day,
Another
what we try to do is deprogram, those within our community who have bought this lie. The other thing
That's
is,
very nice, Gabe. We're gonna have to take another call, but go ahead. Let him say one more
well,
thing.
I
Go
have
ahead.
I have to make one more comment.
Go ahead.
The other thing is, as a Muslim American, I am absolutely outraged at the events that went on in Denmark, where you had this Al Qaeda
and Egypt, and what happened with Egypt?
And Egypt with the Coptic Christians, we have got to shout 10 times as loud as the extremists, and to let all of our brothers and sisters know that this kind of behavior in no way is in accordance with Islam. We are a religion of peace. We love our Jewish and Christian brothers and sisters.
Well, there should be
That's a good representative.
all the imams should get together at a conference and
Dave,
denounce these extremists.
Okay, Dave,
Anyway,
thank you for your phone call. Let's take another one. Hello, you're on the hold on. Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Heshy.
Okay. Hey, Natalia, how you doing, guys?
Good.
How are you?
You guys are having such a party over there of misconceptions and everything going on. It's amazing. I love listening to you when I can get
straighten us out.
Yeah, teach me a lesson. Tell your Uncle Heshy to sit back, and I've been chilling tonight. I've been listening to you people. I think you're all I have been chilling, right, Naftali?
I've called once before. Listen, I really thought I came in the call because of the lady who person was talking about the dumbing down on the radio show. The dumbing down is true. I have conversations, and I'm a Black American. I'm not an African American, by the way. I'm a Black American. I'm 62, and I have conversations at an Irish pub with men all the time, men and women, who we all agree. I mean, it's amazing how it's dumbed down. And people, even they can't drive anymore in New York. And I was away from New York for many years. And you come up here, and it's worse than ever. 25 years ago, it was amazingly nice. The European model of New York and America worked. The model that they let in the wrong kind of people here, and they're trying to capitulate to the people who bombed us on 9/11 is not working. That's what I want to tell you. One thing, the guy who just talked about the Black Caucus, he's clueless. Okay, my good friend is Congressman Gregory Meeks. I went to Adelphi University with him. Okay, these guys.
Gregory Meeks. Hey, go ahead.
We're all about it. My dad at the dinner table told me how Black Americans and Jews have so much in common. Okay, so you folks didn't get the memo. All right, and I'm on your show to try to drop a little bit of science and let these people know that they should do their homework in history, and otherwise everything I hear is hysterical. I mean, it's amazing. It's very entertaining.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't have the clue.
Thank you.
Thank you for your call.
Gary, is he right about Congressman Meeks? Is this guy cool, dude? This Meeks, or is this guy? What's your opinion of him?
He's a good congressman.
He's been around a long time.
He's been around a long time.
And how long has he been around?
Too long.
Right.
Too long. 25 years?
No.
Okay.
20?
He took flakes.
We're going to take some more callers.
Flakes,
Anyways.
That's all. 10 years.
Yes, we want to try to get to all of them.
So, so this guy does he side with not only the Jews and the Black Americans, as he said, but all the races in the city, or he just picks his own little turf and he cares about his own people?
No, a congressman is representing all the people.
I got that, but who is this Meeks? Is he a cool dude?
What is he really doing for us?
Do you like him?
Does he help everybody, or
what
just
is he doing for us?
I like Willie Mays.
Who's Willie Mays?
Baseball.
Yeah, we're not talking about baseball.
Tell me who I like.
Meeks.
I like Willie Mays.
So you don't like Meeks?
I like Stevie Wonder.
So I asked you your opinion of Meeks.
He basically does not like any politicians.
Okay.
I
think this guy.
Well, anyways, this is the Justin.
You want an idol? Don't go for a politician.
So this is the Justin F. Heshy Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hello. My name is Wilkie, and I'm from the East Village in Manhattan. And I wish to say that if anyone who is a lover of Zion, as I am, votes for any Democrat, then that vote will be a vote against the continuation and the existential possibility that Israel will become a destroyed nation. Now, the Democrat Party, in its 1996, I believe, convention platform, voted, and I'll repeat that, to not permit Israel to have its capital in Jerusalem. Now, I said Democrat Platform Committee.
Wilkie, can
So-
I say something?
In a moment.
Okay.
And I am so proud that Netanyahu is coming to speak not to Congress, but to the American people, as any leader would when that leader feels that there is an existential possibility of the destruction by Iran with its nuclear weaponization of Israel. So here, when you keep talking about Hillary and this Democrat and that Democrat, you're making a grave error, because if you go to the heartland of America, as I have many, many times, you will find that political persons in that area are so pro-Israel compared to the so-called progressive Democrats.
Okay, now
there are very few Jews in Oklahoma, very few Jews in Kansas.
Right,
but
there
you will
shouldn't be
find that
Jews.
those
There
senators
shouldn't be.
and congressmen are the most
Wilkie,
pro-Israel.
I'm letting him just go on. Wilkie, there shouldn't be Jews in Kansas. There shouldn't be Jews in Oklahoma. There are no synagogues. Nobody wants to go there. So you want to go? Give us a point to go there.
Kansas has a whole community.
They did have. I think there was that. But let me tell you something, Wilkie. First of all, the Republicans who took over power, did they move this? Did they move the state capital when Bush was in power for 12 years? The two Bushes. When Reagan was in power, did they move the state capital to Jerusalem? No.
Yeah, what's your
So
point?
the Republicans are just as the Republicans are just as evil as the Democrats.
Don't say that.
I'm not even finished yet. It gets worse. Wilkie, it gets worse. And I want you to know something. Baby Netanyahu says, everybody pick yourself up and come to Israel. Hey, do you know if the Jews want to live in Oklahoma City? I don't really care. The issue is simple. When the Israeli state, I want to teach you history. Wilkie, can I give you a bit of history, Wilkie? Israel was supposed to be, the Jews were supposed to live in Nigeria. The truth is, in 1948, we were going to have our own oil-rich state of Uganda. It was Uganda, not Nigeria. I feel it was Nigeria. Uganda, Nigeria, Bahamas, I don't really care. The point is, it wasn't going to be in Palestine. We got that country. So don't tell me the Jews didn't want to go to Nigeria or Uganda. They want to, what? Jews should not be floating around in Oklahoma City and Texas and stuff. Hang out in New York or in Estes Fantasy City or Israel.
Talking about the issue is, are the Democrats good for the Jews?
The Democrats are better for the Jews than the Republicans.
They're both the same.
They're both the same. Jeb Bush hates the Jews.
If you really think there's a difference between Democrats and Republicans, you have your head in the sand.
Yes, I just told you.
There's no difference.
I just told you that No, that's not true, sir.
No difference.
Please listen to the voice of experience. I'm 84 years old. I think I know a little bit about the subject. I went to Lincoln High School.
So, Wilkie, who did you vote for? Wilkie, who did you vote for in who did you vote for? Did you vote for Nixon or Kennedy?
I voted for Nixon, of course.
Nixon lost.
Was a great friend
and Kennedy was nothing. Kennedy wasn't any good?
No, Kennedy was all right. He was fine.
Okay.
Now I have another question for you. Who did you vote for again, Nixon? And who ran again Nixon again there? McGovern. Who did you vote for?
Nixon, of course.
McGovern was the man.
McGovern was the man. McGovern was very anti-Israel.
Okay. Reagan.
Oh, you didn't hear me, sir.
I heard you. I liked McGovern. I think he was the most open-minded, independent person.
Who else did you like?
Did you like Jimmy? You voted for Jimmy Carter? Jimmy Carter or Ford?
Sir, the issue is
the sirs that you have experienced that I was around. I was around at the time of Kennedy and Lyndon Johnson and Nixon and the next president Carter. What was it? Carter was the next Ford, Carter, Reagan, and you know who I liked the most? I didn't like Bush 1. I like Clinton. I like Clinton 1 and 2.
Jimmy Carter and Obama.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
Jimmy Carter was. Did you know Jimmy Carter pushed through more legislation in his time than any other president?
Sir, Jimmy Carter is the most anti-Israel president ever to come to fore in the United States of America.
Besides Obama.
So yeah, Wilkie, we just want to take other callers, but
Yeah,
thank you
please
for your
can.
call. You can call in next week. We'll probably talk for
Thank you
longer.
for this very interesting show. Keep
Thank
up
you.
the great work.
Thank
Wilkie,
you.
Thank you.
Good to
Again,
hear
this is the
from
Just
you.
Enough Heshy Show. You can reach us at 718-303-9090. Again, this is the Just Enough Heshy Show. You can reach us at 718-303-9090. Hello, you're on the air.
Listen to you.
Hi, everyone. It's Ralph. How are you?
Hey!
We we're very upset.
Sorry to make you wait.
Show, Ralph.
Yeah.
We waited for you. We held the show to the last minute.
Well, it's a wonderful show, guys. I'm enjoying it, and a lot of fireworks tonight. That's a wonderful thing. That's a great thing.
Oh, I
And
didn't
you know,
meet
Neil-
Ralph, right?
Oh, Ralph, you didn't meet Neil, Ralph.
Oh.
Well, I did. And I just was going to say, Neil, you're on the nose. You know, there's very little difference between Republican Democrats, and if anyone's bought into that system, that somehow they're going to run to the polls and vote Democrat like the lemming that they are. They're going to run in that booth and think they're going to pull that lever, and somehow they're going to achieve some sort of panacea. They are so wrong.
Right. But that's the problem. People don't know what the heck is going on anymore.
You know,
Well,
there are
you know,
people. Wait. There are people out there on every side, on Democratic side, on the Republican side, who do nothing but try to confuse the public by putting out press releases, spins, by trying to attack the opponent. It's really the New York Times did a story on it last Sunday, how everybody smears each other. So how do you even know what the truth is?
You don't?
Well, Gary, to play ball at that level, to play politics at that level, you have to, in effect, sell out. I mean, there's very few outsiders. You know, the lady mentioned Ted Cruz, who's completely unelectable. I mean, the man will never get elected dog catcher, let alone president of the United States. It's just not going to happen. You know, he has some good ideas.
But that's not my question. How do you know what the truth is on any of these people?
You don't.
Well, Gary, if you get the truth from the mainstream media, you're going to be fed all of this kind of things that's going to keep you ignorant, pretty much ignorant, Gary. But I think you have to research and research and research on your own and make it. I like the candidate who's the most independent thinker, the man who's going to stay out of my business, out of my pocketbook. I want the least amount of government. Well, you know, my wallet and at least amount. You're too much. The least amount of government in my life.
Who is that?
If I had to choose right now, I think I would choose. Paul. I would choose Rand Paul, and he's
not Scott Walker.
Walker doesn't impress me. And you know something? You know what's strange, Neil? We vote for many different reasons. We vote. That's the reason why Kennedy was elected in 1960, because of the visual. Because he was the young and tan and.
What impresses you about Rand Paul?
He at least his father, who was much more impressive. He thinks out of the box, and he's at heart a libertarian, Gary.
Right.
And he wants he's for the least amount of government. See, that's the problem. This country used to be about individualism. It's not about that any longer. It should be about the individual. I should be able to attain what I want to attain without the government sticking their hand in my pocket every move I make.
Right.
But unfortunately,
Get into luxury real estate, they won't touch you to go.
Well, I mean, you know much more about that than I do.
Yeah. I have a question for you, Ralph. That guy who's building on, I don't know. I know you're not really from the Brooklyn, Coney Island area, but this big developer, took over the property, vacated the store, is building a gorgeous, beautiful development. Is that a problem? Is it our business to mix in what he's doing? We have a right to stop him if he's doing it by the book, but instead, while we're torturing him. What's your opinion on that?
Well, you know, I mean, I think he can do if he's funding himself. If you're not funding him, or the neighborhood,
that's going to be zoning variances and stuff like that.
But
that's
what's wrong? He's allowed to. He's allowed to, right?
He's getting
nobody's funding him. He's funding himself. It's private money. He's going to build. You know that a man who's going to build.
How do you know it's not government money?
Build a $40-50 million project is going to make his neighborhood look good. Ralph, come on, tell me the truth. Is it out? Do we have the right to stop him?
That's foolish.
No, but we do. That's what we do.
he's getting a tax break. That's government funding.
But the government always mixes into the development because that's how the payola works. They mix in, you got to go meet somebody to take care of him, and then you can move the next step. And it goes the next step. And that's how
I want to hear what Ralph says about it.
Okay.
Ralph?
Well, Heshy, I have to say, if he's funding himself and he's not infringing
That doesn't
on the
happen.
neighborhood in any way.
That doesn't happen.
Gary.
The Atlantic Tower. What was it called? What's that place? The basketball place,
The
Ralph?
Net Stadium. We paid $1 million for that.
$1 million?
$1 billion.
And not us. Not us.
And you know who owns it now?
Himself.
No, he didn't. That's nonsense. He got $1 billion in subsidy from the government.
Is that true, Ralph? He got $1 billion from us?
I'll tell you about.
And you know who owns that land now? The Chinese government. We gave $1 billion to the Chinese government. What kind of crazy is
Ralph,
that?
Is that true? We paid?
I'll tell you about sports. I'll tell you about sports stadiums. This is the one entity that they're able to take public money, these billionaires, and use it to build these
And he sells it to the Chinese government.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
I don't know about,
yes.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that end of it. But that's the
It's
one
insanity what this country's doing.
Let Ralph finish. I want to hear it. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that these fat cat sports owners, they don't take a cent. Listen to this, Heshy. They do not take a cent out of their own pocket, but they use public monies to build these multi-million-dollar ballparks. It's an absolute sin.
Do we make money? Do we make money?
No,
city?
Never.
Really?
No, we don't. It's a sin.
Taxes,
And, they
parking.
take us to the laundry with that. But the one visual that bothers me is that you open the show with it, the homeless man in front of the multi-million-dollar complex.
And he's evicted because he's in the Daily News.
Well, he shouldn't be there anyways.
Well, I will tell you this.
He was there for 18 months.
Okay, he shouldn't have been on the street.
Don't you agree that you have to deal with it one person at a time? If I can help someone who's down on their luck, I'm going to help him. I'm not going to deal in the collective manner. I'm going to take my money if I choose to give to somebody. I don't want to be coerced, but I want to be able to be free to give to somebody if I want to. And I'm going to help that one person, because if you help that one person, that's a start.
You are the man.
I'm not worried about
the man. We love you, Ralph. That's the way to talk. Finally.
But the truth is, you can't give these people money. You have to give them product. You have to give
You're
them.
right about that.
And the other truth is, it's growing. The numbers are growing, and nobody comes up with the reason why it's growing.
Well, once you give them money, they're going to.
Why is homelessness growing in the last few years in this city? Why?
It's more crazies.
Well, I'll tell you, Gary, I do my program down on Wall Street, all the fat cats down there. And when I'm on my way to my studio, the homeless, whether it's 10 degrees or 80 degrees, are lined up in sleeping bags out front of this, where they're raking in millions of dollars. But a lot of them, you have to remember this, they choose to live that way. Now, I say that, and I know I'm going to get flack for that, and Esty mentioned something.
We're going to give you flack.
So you're saying,
you know you're wrong.
You're saying more people are choosing to be homeless now than they were 5 years ago?
No, but he's saying a percentage of the homeless want to be that way.
They don't want to be that way. They have no choice.
That is not my question. My question is, why is it growing?
I want to ask Ralph a question. Ralph,
There's more mentally ill people.
Ralph, I'm going to do what you did to Ralph. I want to punish you now. What you did to me on your show. I want to ask you a question, Ralph. Do you like Le Buffet? Do you ever go to Le Buffet?
No, I haven't.
But you know where Le Buffet is located. Esther's going to tell you where Le Buffet is located.
But you should definitely keep your sponsors happy. That's very important.
You see, I love you. I know I messed up. I know I messed up with the commercial on your show, but this show you did wonderful. Esther, tell them where Le Buffet is located. And it's Le Buffet. Hello, Ralph, please, we have to do it correct. Le Buffet.
So, yeah.
Le Buffet.
Yeah, they're located at 55th and 17th Avenue. They do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And catering, you can call them at 718-438-7612.
Where's that, in Queens?
Let me straighten out the homeless thing that I just said, so people don't get the wrong idea. I'm not saying the multitude of homeless want to be homeless. If I did say that, I amend that. I'm saying that there are a good amount of them who, if you do try to help them, they will take your help, fill their habit, their drugs, whatever you need, and before you know it, they'll be out on the street again. But also, if you do, I've taken homeless people into my apartment at great risk when I had my girlfriend there and everything else. And and I've been taken to the cleaners by a couple of people. But I tried, and that's my overall point. Try to help someone, just on your own. Take it upon yourself. If you have a few extra bucks, help
Pay it
someone.
forward.
Buy him a sandwich. Buy him a sandwich.
Well, you know what? Also, Ralph, you're allowed to go in and volunteer at these homeless shelters or soup kitchens. One day a week, they can use your help, clean a pot, serve the food. You know, you don't have to do the fancy jobs. These people need help. They break down, and that's also contributing to the homeless. And the homeless appreciate it when you do something good. Bring cakes in from your house. I know a lady every week. She cooks a cake and drops it off by the hospital. Wonderful woman. That's the little things that you do.
Yeah.
And forget labels. Forget Republican good, Democrat bad, because talk radio, you're going to hear the right-wing nut jobs come on. I know you've had a few of them, and they're going to everything the Republican says, they're going to bow like, and kiss their fanny. And it's just not. And it's just not true.
That's why I like this show. We think they're both full of crap.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ralph,
I've given up. Yes.
Yeah, it's just we want to get to some other phone calls.
Sure.
Are you crazy?
Oh, but we love you. You're the man.
Ralph, I love you, Ralph.
Yeah, we love you, Ralph.
Ralph.
I love you too.
Okay, you know, Ralph, you promised us dinner.
You got it. You got it.
We'll go. By the way, we're going out tonight to the Amazon. Are we going to Amazon or
Sure,
we're going to
I
that
like
other
them.
place? No. What about Cafe Care? We're going out to Dairy. If you get yourself into Brooklyn on one of those Uber cabs, you're welcome to join
You
us.
can talk about Uber cabs and regulation.
Can I leave you with one last thing?
Please, please.
If Dave from Irvington, who's an all-time great caller, a wonderful guy who's sightless, by the way, I don't know if you know, Dave is blind.
Oh wow, no.
I would love Dave. I love Dave to call the producer. I'd love to have Dave on my program and speak to him for a little bit. And you guys have an open invite. You know that.
Thank you, Ralph.
Thank
You're
you
wonderful.
so much,
we
Ralph.
love you.
All right,
Yeah, we'll see
Have a
you.
great week, my
I'm
brother.
on
Yeah,
my
you
way.
too.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's the Justin F. Heshy Show. If you want to call in, you can reach us at 718-303-9090. Hello, you're on the air with Uncle
I'm
Heshy.
very upset. She's wanting the show again.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello? You're on the
Oh,
air.
yes. Hi. I'm Jacob Gold. I'm a friend of Gary, and I thank you very much for turning me on to your show. My name is, I've been representing, I'm the Democratic District Leader in the 44th Assembly District for over 30 years.
Wow.
And
That's not too long.
Not too long.
I'm the longest serving in the state of New York. And I do have a gripe. And it's not, despite the fact I'm the Democratic District Leader, I like what you've been saying. You have to, don't follow just the label. Follow the works.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. I hate to put it that bluntly. I am shocked. I mean, as one who moved into Ditmas Park area, when I purchased my home, you couldn't purchase a foreign car for the amount of money I paid for my house. And now when I see in my other life, I'm a retired teacher, I'm active now in real estate, I am shocked by the kind of prices for a studio, $1,800 for a studio apartment. And what we are doing here in Flatbush, and my district includes Park Slope, which is even worse than Flatbush, and a piece of Kensington up to 42nd Street in Borough Park, not for La Buffet.
Very good, District Leader. We like you. Welcome back.
An excellent place on 55th and 17th Avenue.
Yes. You are. See, that's a good District Leader. Knows his stuff. Go ahead.
And it's not far, but it's shocking. Flatbush used to, Park Slope and the area of Windsor Terrace, which also is in my district, Kensington, was always a working class of teachers, firemen, Brooklyn Union Gas. Those people cannot afford to move into the neighborhood.
But do you know
That's
why?
a big problem.
District Leader.
It's a big problem.
District Leader, do you know why? Whose fault this is? When you force the landlords, which you are now in real estate, high exuberant building department fees, taxes, time consuming them for violations over stupidity, running the system.
What world are you talking about?
Stop a moment. You're forcing the landlords to raise their rents.
How many?
We can't survive otherwise.
How many inspectors were arrested last week?
Big deal. 10 out of 100.
50.
No, 50.
And what were they arrested
50.
for?
You see, Gary, you're wrong. There was about 12 or 13 inspectors,
50
10
people
private
total.
people. Right. So I'm just telling you, why are you
But
doing
what were
this?
they doing? They were going around in Crown Heights, telling
Making
people
the
to
system
move,
go faster.
telling the people
No.
to move out.
Because
That's why they were arrested.
No. You got a
However-
few idiots.
You know how much the
However,
studio is in Crown Heights now? $2,500.
Do you know what the taxes are? When I bought my building in 2008, my taxes were $2,500. Let's calculate, District Leader. How many years is 2008 to 2015? 7. I'm now at $9,000. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh my God! It quadrupled my taxes. God forbid, in 10 years from now, I'm going to be having a heart attack when I'm paying $30,000 a year taxes. I'm having on a crappy little house. That's why we have to raise our rents. I'm not going to have a guy paying rent for $187 a month's rent when I'm paying $9,000 for his apartment taxes.
So where is the senior who lives in Crown Heights paying $700?
Where's the senior?
Gonna go?
Exactly. And
homeless.
No, because the seniors have to vote, and they're not doing it. They're not voting in. It's our fault.
However, there was a time when the government did play a positive role. That's how we got Mitchell Lama. That's how we got Trump developments.
Fannie Mae. Is Fannie Mae any good? I don't know what
They
Fannie Mae
stole Fannie Mae every penny to luxury developers.
I don't know what Fannie Mae is. Fannie Mae was supposed to help us.
Fannie Mae is used to purchase big buildings by big developers.
We let them get away with it.
What happened is
not billions. Is it trillions already or billions?
The 80-20 is a fraud. No one can afford even the 20. The 20 is
Band-Aid on a cancer.
Average, and no one in the neighborhoods can afford to move in. The 20% is too expensive even for working class. We are destroying the government is using its role. Unfortunately, it got twisted from what used to be Mitchell Lamas and useful projects became now way of displacement of middle class starting couples. If my wife and I had not bought our house at Ditters Park in 1980s, we would never be able to afford to buy a house in my neighborhood.
True.
Yes.
But
So you know it is.
in 1980, what did you pay for the house in 1980?
In 1980, you could not afford to buy a car.
I bet you 1980 your house costed $180,000.
No, it paid $85,000.
$85,000. So you just right in the mid 80s, Ditters Park doubled in value. Mid 80s, it went crazy. 180, 190, and now what are you looking at a house there? 1.6, 1.7.
If it has a staircase, it's $1 million.
Okay.
If it has a bedroom and the toilets that's working, $1.2 million, $1.3 million.
Okay.
What working class couple can afford to put a down payment of $350,000 and a mortgage of $800,000?
That's why today we sell condos and co-ops, and we allow the builders to build and develop in Coney Island those $40 million projects. So you can buy a 1-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom apartment for $500,000-$600,000, pay $200 a month maintenance, and live like a normal person the rest of your life. And you get financing by the developer.
That's not even true.
Yeah.
These co-ops and
very carefully.
These co-ops are pushing people out of neighborhood after neighborhood.
No.
They're causing more damage than they're helping.
No, I don't know.
Unless, why is it the neighbors always must be on the defense? Before those buildings, so we don't rush from building to building to protest, to try and negotiate. Why are we always behind the 8 ball? In the beginning, before the plans are submitted and approved, that's when the squeeze should come in on the developer, say, show us,
Jacob.
show us exactly how is it going to benefit the neighbors.
Jacob.
Yes.
What do you do as district leader? What are you in charge of? What do you do?
A district leader is a party position, and normally, if I like the candidate, we help him get on the ballot, either for city council. I'm the party elected official of my assembly district.
So you get to pick the candidate to represent your party.
We endorse those for countywide, borough-wide, and district-wide.
And how did you get your job?
I was a teacher, major in political science, teaching social studies. I went for office. The assemblyman has now retired. I was a delegate to the National Convention. I loved the idea of politics. I taught political science in high school and junior high school, and I went. But it's a non-paying job. You do all the work, but you don't get paid.
But do you have power over what happens?
The district can always endorse. We endorse also candidates for judges. And judges rule some of the stuff which comes before them. Perhaps we should exercise greater control on whom we endorse and start putting the wood to them and say, listen, you've been around for 8, 10, 15 years, 20 years. How have you benefited the neighborhood?
No, but don't you think it's time to move on after a while?
How many people have to who work under you as district leader?
Well, as a district leader, we have a club of over 200 members. who come into regular
everybody
meetings.
And they vote?
And they pay money dues, right? You have
They pay
dues.
dues for us to hire for the hall, pay for the cheese and coffee and the cookies.
And you don't get any side business or revenue.
No,
I'm
I'm
talking not
happily-
from the government, but from the party.
No, there's no salary for the. There's
Not
no
a salary,
for
but
the
there must be some
Consulting
benefit.
fees.
There must be consulting fees,
Some sort of perk.
per cars, traveling, trips.
Maybe you should speak to our executive. Maybe you should speak to a party office is a non-paying office. However, if you want to make the news instead of reading the news, and you wish to participate on a ground level, then you do it. You have to like what you're doing. Thank goodness I'm a retired teacher with a tier 1 and have a small real estate business, Jacob Gold Realty on Avenue M, and he's 15th.
Well, I've heard of that.
I've heard of
Been
Jacob
around
Gold
a long time, right?
I'm as good as gold.
You are as good as gold. And if you have any violations, call Green Line Developers and Consultings, and we'll help you with
I'm
your
writing
inspection.
it down. If I should meet people who need help, I'll be happy to consult you.
You are wonderful.
Green
You
Line.
are wonderful, my district leader friend. I hope you call back and
This is my first time, and I want you to know I'm hooked. From now on, you got a steady listener.
you got it.
Yeah, we're on Monday and Tuesday
By
from
the way,
7
by
to
the way,
9.
District Leader,
Gary,
I want you to
very
meet.
much
I
for
want
turning
District
me on.
Leader. I want Gary to introduce you to my son Abraham. He's going to be running in the next election, and we want you to check him out and see maybe you might like him.
I'll always be happy to meet him. Gary, thank you very much for turning me on to this wonderful show.
Or you
Thank
can tell him who
God bless you.
who
Take
he has
care.
to give the cookie
Right.
to.
Hello, District Leader.
Sorry,
You hung
no.
up on him. I want him to mention the show. Anyways, you're listening
Yeah,
to the Just Enough Heshy show. We had some very interesting callers. I'm very pleased with tonight's show. I had so many topics to talk about, but you all tortured me. My friend Leah here. Now, I'm going to take a few minutes if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay?
What's the
Neil, I want
difference
you
about
to-
that?
Okay, Leah, I have a question for you, Leah. I know you're shaking your head, no, but it's bothering me. I am right. I want to open. I just want to ask you a
The
question. That's it.
wrongest statement
You
in
are
the world.
same-
Heshy's
you are-
saying
you are-
I'm right.
okay, stop a minute. You're the same age as me. You grew up with me, right? We have a lot of friends in the neighborhood, men's, women's, different couples, right?
Yeah.
So you know my mentality of the same area where we came from and different levels of our
Different
peers and
classes.
classes.
Yeah.
My point to you is, if I opened up a club called Club Corva,
Oh,
would it be cool?
no, don't do this, Heshy.
But if I do it,
Heshy?
I'm
It's
asking you
fine.
my
He has
translator.
mommy issues. He can't help
But
it.
you're telling me nothing
It's a
about-
drive
I know
inside of
nothing
him.
about
But my friends like
You
it.
are
Don't
smarter.
my friends
You
laugh
are
when I say it?
upperclasser than
Don't
me.
my- don't
I
my-
do not want to discuss
Don't my
it.
friends laugh when I say that?
No, they think
I
you're
don't know who your
ridiculous.
friends are.
They're laughing at you.
Wow.
Dude.
You defend me. I brought you on the show for that reason.
They're laughing at you, not with you,
They're
not
laughing
next to
with
you.
me.
They're laughing at you.
I laugh with
Neil, you see, Neil is my friend.
It's the only
By
one.
the way, I want to tell you, Neil, ST had a fight with her best friend, Etty. They're not talking.
What? Of course, we're
You
talking.
told me you're not talking.
No, we're
And
talking.
she says, you and Neil, you fight. I said, we don't fight. We're friends forever.
We can
I wonder when this
disagree.
conversation
No,
happened,
let's
because
go
I
and
wasn't
fight.
there.
You told me in the car you're fighting with Etty. You're not
No.
talking to Etty.
But
Etty's
I
mad.
as
just
a real
spoke to
adult,
us.
we can disagree.
Right,
Listen.
we can disagree, but
Right, I believe they should pull plugs in hospitals. You
I
don't believe that?
I don't believe
Okay,
that. You
so
know,
that's
I
it.
don't want. I believe that she's
You
going to
know,
get better.
like,
That
come
crazy.
on.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for calling tonight. It was very
We're gonna
interesting.
blow
I'm
the
not going to
circuit
blow. Can I
breaker,
ask
you
a
know?
question of you, Asti? You got to just read a couple. Oh, we did the advertisements, didn't we?
Yeah, like,
You didn't do the. You
a
didn't
few
do the.
more,
You
yes.
didn't do the horoscope. Okay, I give up on that already.
Thank you.
Oh,
can't
no
believe
more
she didn't do that.
horoscope because
Okay,
they
so
don't
we
come
have-
true anymore.
Okay, this is the Just Enough Hershey Show. You can call in at 718-303-9090. You can get us. We're on Monday and Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. You can get us at Twitter at hashtag Just Enough Heshy, Facebook Just Enough Heshy, and if you'd like to advertise with us, you can reach us at justenoughheshy@gmail.com.
And I'm going to
now-
get to one of my angry topics, okay? Because you
What are
didn't
you
let me talk
angry?
about. There was there's something called the dash cam. Leah, did you ever hear what a dash cam is? What?
Yeah.
What is a dash cam, Leah?
That when you're driving, you could see what happens. And it
No,
can
no,
It
they
records.
see you. It records you.
Oh no, but there was something.
No, it records
happened
everything in the
today?
car.
Right,
Oh,
right.
something-
Oh,
And that's-
outside
that's
and
fine.
okay. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She knows what she's
I
talking
didn't know.
about.
I didn't know I'm
I-
talking. Okay, I thought
She's seen the
I
show.
I was going to make
Cops.
fun of you. So, anyways, let me
Bad
read this to
boys,
you.
bad boys.
Neil,
What
this
you gonna
a-
do
a-
when
a
they come
man-
for
A
you?
man filed a suit against the city police department after a dash cam video showing his arrest. okay, was turned off by the officer. The man arrested, Cortez Buford, is claiming excessive force. St. Louis police say they pulled over Buford as a passenger, and his car matched a description to a shots fired call. Not that he was shot at. Police say that they tried to get him out of the car, but he did not comply. You can hear a man screaming and struggling, ensuing police dash cam video. A few officers kick Buford as he continued to fight back. Then an officer used a taser on him. There are they're on the
So
ground.
they do have tasers.
So my point being is this man, there was on a dash cam. He was told to pull over because his car matched the description. He didn't fire guns. They just get out of your car. They threatened him, and they shut off the camera after they stopped beating him up.
They deserve automatic prison time.
The point being is they're stating, you know what they're saying?
It's like the cops that closed the mic that they have.
Representatives of the city said that the officer that turned off the camera violated department policy.
Yeah, the case should be thrown out.
And he has been disciplined. Buford was charged. Listen to this, with resisting arrest, along with drug possession. But these charges were later dropped.
Yeah.
How do you charge somebody for something he didn't do? Just write it up.
Right. And I'm telling you, and that they closed it is worse than you think it is.
And you know who allows this?
It's the most terrible thing that can happen is that they don't allow us to record what goes on.
Right, and we can't.
In today's day and age,
if somebody comes over to you and I mean, I know that it's illegal to stop us. We're allowed to record anything, but I remember watching a video.
They tell you to shut it off.
And if I don't?
No, I was on a phone call with a friend. They're like, you have to hang up. You have to hang up when they pull the
that I
evidence.
heard. Yeah, but it's different here. It's a dash cam. You're not touching it. It's just running. Why do you have to, right?
I don't know.
No, I'm saying these cops,
we don't know
these
the
are
laws.
rough
They're changing the laws on us minute by minute. We don't know what's going on.
No, but we have to have more transparency, not closeness.
Any cop ever torture you or try to do anything bad to you?
No, they were very nice to me. Women cops, very nice.
What?
Women cops,
that like never happened.
Women cops, 4 months I didn't have an inspection. She let me go.
My gosh,
65,
that's like never happened in the history of time.
Let me go.
Really, a woman cop? The man
never
didn't.
let me go.
The women let you go.
Yes.
Wow.
This is a very accurate picture here of 5 white people talking about how cops treat us.
Can I give a shout
They
out?
treat me terrible.
Yes, you can give a shout out.
To my son, Avi Hershkowitz.
I
and his
mentioned
wife,
your
Kaya.
grandchild being born a couple
Yes,
weeks ago.
a Mazel Tov, Kayla Devora.
Good.
I'm a new grandmother.
Oh yeah, Mazel.
Again.
Very nice.
You're a grandmother?
Congratulations.
Wow, you don't look old enough.
Really?
You see, that's very nice. What did you
Thank
say?
you.
She said Nem Sapin. What does that mean?
Not sapin. Something
Very
sapin.
beautiful. Sapin means beautiful. See,
Sapin,
I know
beautiful.
Hungarian. That's why I could tell you I know the interpretation of Korban.
Yep, and it's a negative word, and you know it. Yet you still use it.
She just hit me. Anyways, I
You
was
deserved
told to do a shout out for somebody. Here.
Brian Williams.
Okay, I was gonna give somebody.
Yeah.
Here. Lorraine Mutterpeller, Hardy Mazel Tov, and their grandson Moshe Mutterpearl. Engagement and Hardy Mazel Tov to his parents Aliana, and Yosef Mutterpearl, especially their aunt Rivki Taub. Oh wow, cool. So, anyways, congratulations. We're coming to the end of the show, Neil.
Wow.
You got anything to say?
We have so much unfinished business.
I know, I'm very
It's
upset about it.
unbelievable.
I don't know, we had some good callers today. Ralph, thank you for calling in. Norman, thank you for calling in.
All the
Dave,
callers.
I like this. Dave, I want you on my show. I want this.
Gary, I still have a whole thing.
I have
to
also,
discuss
Gary
with
doesn't
him.
want to let me elect judges and they can be elected to do whatever they want. Gary doesn't care about
Gary
this
gets
city.
very upset when
Right.
we interrupt
Right,
him. He
Gary gets very
upset.
Everybody gets upset when you interrupt them.
Gary's right, we're wrong.
No.
I want you to sing the love song from George, like Bill Murray did on.
I don't sing.
What song is that?
How
does it go?
The love song from George.
George has a love song.
You had to watch Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I see.
The 40th anniversary.
40th anniversary of a stupid.
What happened? Eddie Murphy got stuck up there for like a minute and a half.
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
Right. What happened?
Nobody knows.
Stage fright?
That was the game.
It's not on TMZ. Like, what's going on?
I guess not.
No, because he usually has what to say. He's a stand-up comic.
That was a great show. It was very high.
I didn't like it.
I didn't see it.
I have a question for you, Leah. What do you like any television?
Do you?
You don't watch TV?
Sometimes.
What? Give us
The
one
Heshy
show.
The Heshy Show.
The Housewife. Oh, she listens to the Just Enough Heshy. That's why she's
No.
on. You don't?
Resurrection.
Resurrection, stupid show.
I
People
like
coming back
that
from the
thing.
dead. It's
Yeah,
never
I
gonna
like that
happen.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, I
Never
love
gonna
zombie
happen.
movies.
We have all been here before, just to let everybody know.
The what?
No, oh
But-
right. She's one of those crazy. I mean,
Yes,
what's it called?
reincarnated.
Right? No, but
Yes.
she's into the stars. I forgot.
Yes, I know. She's
Tell
told
us
me.
something about
Aries.
stars. Quickly, we have another minute to go. Quickly, what do you think about the stars? And
Stars.
yeah,
Everybody could be good.
Don't you
have
go to
channel
rabbis?
your energy
Oh!
positive
well, man,
or
don't you go to
negative.
rabbis who read the stars for
Sometimes,
you?
No.
Okay, you know what
Get
you
a
need to
bracha.
do? My uncle.
Yeah.
My uncle reads. Okay, my uncle, he can read you. You give him the exact time of birth,
The
and he
chart. I
can
know,
tell
I
you
can
also.
do that too.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
you
do
should
that?
speak
Yeah.
with him. That'd be so great.
Is he married?
Which uncle is that?
My uncle Yitz, he doesn't let me say his last name.
Uh-huh.
But I can give you his number. Just like talk out stars.
Yes, I know that stuff.
Okay. Anyways, we're coming to the end of the show, Leia. Now it's the Just Enough Heshy show. I want you all to come back with us next week. Gary, we love you. Thank you for coming to the show with all the interruptions. Neil, you and me. I just love you. I mean, Gary's upset with me, but he
I
should be
know,
upset
but
with you.
He's not upset at you.
We're
Should be
supposed to
upset
talk
with you.
about that bad leasing company.
I know that. We'll
again.
talk about
But
that next week.
Next week.
I love you. The beautiful
Thank you.
thing. We're going out to eat tonight, either Amazon or Mendy's, which you got to pick one. Anyways, I'm being
Mendy's.
screamed at
What's
in there.
Mendy's?
I want to give
Where
you.
is
I want to give you a quote for
The
tonight.
city, no?
Okay, listen to this. All religions must be tolerated, for every man must get to heaven in his own way.
True.
But he who dies in despair has lived his whole life in vain. And that's one more thing. This one is towards you, Neil. True friendship is a plant of slow growth and must undergo and withstand the shocks of adversity before it is entitled to the appellation. That's why I want to tell you, Neil, you and me are friends. It's been a long time.
That's right.
Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for listening to the show. Just Enough
Love it.
Heshy. See you Tuesday. See you Monday next week. Good night. Thank you.
До 40% и быстрые выплаты. Звоните русскоговорящему представителю. Узнайте, не переплачиваете ли вы. 718 646 14 14.